Cool. Let's delete this. What's up, guys? Sorry, I'm gonna have to change some settings during the stream. But in the meantime, what we'll do is watch my collectibles video.
Let's just go to the actual Medium article right here. And, you know, you probably read this too. Series 2, okay, Legendary Defender. Here's the utility I want to talk about that they surprised us with, and I have thoughts about that, like I said. Full set holders of the DreamWorks Voltron Legendary Defender Series 1 that came out literally like last December of 2021. As of Wednesday, the 8th of February of this year, just a couple days ago, we'll receive a blind box purchase reservation promo code for Voltron Defender 2. So they'll get the blind box purchase reservation ahead of time, and then they have a few days to, like, you know, use that code. So it's basically rewarding the set with kind of like early access, which is quite something, right? And so this is something they never told anybody about. So if you had the set, then you get this little bonus benefit. And, you know, my thoughts on that are interesting because, like, I do like the fact that they're rewarding people who may have, like, you know, collected the set and just been a collector and held on to it. I do love that. That is great that they're doing that. But I also have some feelings about, you know, people, you know, would have liked to actually who owned this set. Maybe they stacked up a bunch of them because, you know, maybe they really love this and thought this is a great future drop. If you announce utility ahead of time, then it gives people a chance to actually sell some stuff, make some good gems profit, you know, just because they've been very smart or they're a really good collector. Maybe they get to sell one set, get some gems back, you know, and all that stuff. So that opportunity gets taken away. But I do like the fact that they're rewarding collectors here that have held the set. And we'll see. I'll give you a couple thoughts about a couple sets that's dropped in the past that we might get some on the future as well, this kind of thing. But let's get into the blind boxes right here and talk about my price predictions. And you can take them or leave them. Like I said, I'd love to hear yours. But here we go. This is the Shiro. This is the Black Lion. Now, the price on this is only 30 gems, so it's actually quite a nice price. And they're really quite scarce, so I think this drop's going to do quite well. There's 1,200 editions of this one right here. And you know that Veve holds a bunch. So, you know, that one right there looks pretty cool, right? And the lowest edition number you get is number 41 for sure. Then we have the Blue Lion as the uncommon. There's 1,100 of those at 30 gems, okay? And then we have the Green Lion. There's just under 1,000 of those, you know, and they all look great. Look at the little handstand that's going on in the head right there. That's super fun. And then, of course, we have the Red Lion, which is just 888 editions, though, so that's nice and low as well, especially at the 30 gem price. And then we have the Yellow Lion, which is the secret rare, which is about 777 editions. I would have liked to see this one sub 500. I think it would have done even better. But my predictions are as follows. I think this one's going to go around 100, 110. It could go higher. Okay, it could also go lower, but I think it'll be around 100 or so, 110 for the secret rare. And then this one right here, I think it'll be probably about double the price of the drop, which is probably around 60 or so. Just initially, this is my initial thought right here. I think that the rare is going to go close to retail. Okay, maybe just a little bit under, maybe around 25. And then I think this uncommon right here will go under retail. And then also the common will also go under retail, in my opinion. Just judging by the market, judging by the popularity of Voltron amongst our community. We'll see what happens. These are my thoughts. I want to hear your predictions as well, right? So anyway, let's get back to the utility aspect of it right here. Now, I went back and I looked on Veve to see what stuff came around the same time as Voltron, you know, and that maybe means nothing. But if you actually look back about a month or so after, we got the Peely Fantasy drop right here. Now, this is another one that is more geared towards the Asian market, which Voltron is as well, right? So maybe this is another one that you end up getting some utility on if you hold the set. You know, I don't know. I haven't heard a single thing. This is just my thinking when I start to see stuff like this happen. It could mean nothing, of course, but this is a set that I do think that, you know, like Veve was really happy about and they really want to push this at some point. So I would predict at some point, maybe this one has it. You know, if you're collecting this set, I think if you love it, I think that's the only reason to go for it. I wouldn't say stack this up or anything, but stuff like this could happen with some of the stuff from the Asian markets. Now, I know the Ultra.
My collectibles sped up is tripping me out. Oh yeah, I forgot. I watch all my videos like this. Like 1.5 is like the minimum for me. I really apologize, guys. When I changed my resolution settings from 4K to 2K, it like threw everything out of whack. Like everything's exploded. I can't even like grab like my video. I can't grab a lot of stuff. So I'm just like delete it, re-add it. So it's gonna take me a while to get like my original setup back to where it was. I for the life of me cannot find the video on here. It's so weird. I could slow it down too. 1.25. How about that?
Ultraman, we already got a second drop on that with no utility. I actually would have loved to see you know Ultraman first set holders get utility on that too, you know, but we just got that second drop. But anyway, that's just, you know, here nor there, right? Now the thing about it is here, I got another one here that I want to show you too that I think could actually maybe hopefully get some, which actually dropped right around the same time. Now here are the ones that dropped. If you can see this, it's very close right here. I'm not saying this has anything to do with anything, but if you look at stuff that dropped around the same time, there's Voltron right there. Okay, it dropped around December, like in mid-December there. Around that time, you got, you know, Deadpool right after that. You got Coca-Cola, which is interesting. But then you got Steamboat Willie right there. Now, wouldn't it be great if you rewarded Steamboat Willie set holders, you know, Vivi, if you rewarded them with some sort of like airdrop utility, that would be really stunning. And I'm really hoping for it. So I'm not predicting it. I'm just hoping for it. So anyway, you let me know in the comment section what you think, if you're going for this drop or not. They look fantastic. The price is good. The edition sizes are great, and it has utility for set holders. Nicely done, Vivi. We'll see how the market reacts, and we'll see how you react. Give me your predictions in the comment section. Good luck on the drop if you're going for it, and happy collecting.
I don't know what this. That's a random ad. Let's go here. Let's have that up for now. Okay, give me a sec here, guys. I apologize. Like, I am here, but I cannot for the life of me find the camera. Where is the camera on this thing? I deleted it and I cannot find it again. Camera. I'm like Googling it. Does this work? So like, you see how it's like blown up and you can't see like the other 85% of the screen? That's kind of what I'm it's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. And I'm trying to fix it. Will this work? Okay, that helps a bit. There we go. We got the camera going. I had to like go somewhere else and copy paste it, which is kind of annoying. All right, almost there. There we go. We got to put this on top. This is kind of like my border around my screen. You guys get to see all the inner workings now of how Veve Vibes works. Get a little bit bigger. Also, how do I smush this over again? Removes it. That shrinks it. There we go. There we go. All right, I think we're back in business. Music's back on. All right, I apologize. We also do need the... I think that's it. Oh yeah, chat overlay. That does not help. What does this look like? Okay, I can't see it at all. All right, it might. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Oh my gosh, why is this so big? I need about 15 more seconds. Does this work? Why is it not working now? Okay. It was working. Maybe I need to... Okay, I think I need to update this. That's why. Yeah, that's new. All right, there we go. So, I actually like your profile pic. Wonton Mon. I like it. Dude, where was my setup last time? Was I in the bottom left? Was I always here? Or was I like in the top right? Do you guys remember? Or bottom right? I don't remember, to be honest, but I think we're okay with this. I've been hearing things about this, about some people getting their Voltron promo codes already and some not. I am supposed to get one since I've had the set for months, assuming will come near drop time though. I would assume so, yeah. Because I forgot what the whole promotion thing said. I know literally My Collectibles just covered it. Go back and watch the video again. Let's skip this stupid ad. There's somewhere in here where he talks about the promo code. I think it's early on. Yeah, the utility. Full set holders of DreamWorks Voltron as of Wednesday the 8th will receive blind box purchase reservation promo code. Can only be used from drop time and will expire 48 hours from 8 a.m. So yeah, you have to wait till drop time to get it. As for the promo code, I don't know when you get it. Maybe the morning of, maybe in a few hours. I have no idea. It doesn't say when. It just says reservation promo code. I assume emailed to the email on file that owns the account or whatever. That's what I assume. Yeah, My Collectibles sped up is tripping me out. I can imagine. Upcoming drop looks flop. Yeah, I'm not gonna go for it. I think the 30 gems, I'd rather spend it elsewhere. And again, it's one of those things where, I mean, let's actually pull up the drop. Where's this? All right, where's Veve? Oh yeah, David Yu also liked one of my comments on Twitter. This one. This one where I talked about looks like Jack Kirby was the OG Moon Boy back in '78 before crypto and digital collectibles. Look at that. David Yu himself liked it. Finally, Senpai noticed me. So I'm happy about that. Other than that, what was I looking up? Oh yeah, Veve. Let's just look at it here. Black Lion, I've never seen, I mean, I know of Voltron, don't get me wrong. I know it's popular, yada 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 again, but it's not a centerpiece IP of Veve, I think. Plus, all in all, how many mint numbers are we talking here? So we're talking what? 1,200, 1,100. So we're already up to what? 2,300. 3,300. We're getting some over here. Let's just call it 4,000. Then 4,777. So all in all, it's like just shy of 5,000 mints. So it's like 4,500 mints, whatever. I mean, I'm just crunching numbers very, very loosely here. That's quite a bit. And again, I do think I kind of agree with My Collectibles price predictions, but I do think the ultra rare is going to be a little bit closer to the box price than what's intended. I think he said this would be like 60 or 70. I have a feeling this might be like 50, like 45 or 50, and this will probably be like around 100, 90 to 100. Not entirely sure. But again, I could be completely wrong. I don't know much about Voltron, but it does seem like anytime there's like these types of blind boxes, 75% of the value is just all crammed around the secret rare. And then usually the ultra rare is like kind of close to box price. It just depends on like the mint numbers. And then usually the rare is like just below. I feel like, and the rest are well below box price. That's been kind of the vibe I've been getting with a lot of the collectible drops recently. Sup, Vibes? How you been? I've been doing well. Yeah, I've been chilling this weekend. So skipping X-Men 30 drop because I stand with Logan. Really? What's did I miss that drop? Did Veve talk about that? Is there a new X-Men drop? Oh, this one. Okay, yeah. I don't know. Wolverine was kind of a simp a little bit back then. Falling in love and head over heels, all that stuff, but I love, you know, I love Wolverine. I love Logan, aka James Howlett. Awesome dude. Thanks. It's a Doge Punk on Dogecoin sidechain. Interesting. I'm not too familiar with that. I also know, oh my god, what the hell is it called? A friend messaged me the other day about it. It's all this. Come on. Oof, my phone's going slow today. It's something with Bitcoin. I forgot the actual terminology for it. Ordinals, Bitcoin ordinal NFTs. It's like a separate process and system. I don't know. Like he talked about it a little bit, but there's like ordinals and all these other NFT projects. Like and don't get me wrong, I don't think like Veve's the only one that's gonna like make it. I do think if Bitcoin is doing NFTs and all that stuff, again, it's awesome, but if I really had to put my money down on something, it would definitely be Veve/Omi if I had to. Dark mode, a true gamer? Yeah, dude, like I don't know how people not have dark mode on. It gets a bit weird. Like I see I have dark mode on up here. It's a Chrome extension. But sometimes it acts really weird with certain websites. I also noticed it doesn't work with some website like home pages. Like sometimes when I pull up like my bank or certain like home web pages, it just doesn't work and it's still brighter than hell, but it's weird. That's crazy. I remember when I was contemplating on selling Voltron Common for 60 gems. Glad I did. Yeah. Obviously this is way less mints, you know, a different time in the market, but like Voltron came out like 13, 14 months ago, like well over a year ago. And now we're finally getting a series 2 or a series 2 drop, which I don't know. I don't know if you guys, I'm not sure if I want to buy into something that comes out with new content every 14 months, and they could speed it up. Maybe DreamWorks is starting to release more content, which they actually have been. If you actually look at the, let's close this. You actually go to like the DreamWorks tab, I believe, under brands. Like they've released some stuff pretty recently. Oh, it's right there. I'm like, where is it? Okay. Oh, is this it? I could have sworn they had more. I thought they had other stuff too. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm mistaking it for something else. I thought they also did some other stuff. Doggo's rollout, yeah. Bioshock. It's odd that they focus on Voltron when Transformers would be way better. Imagine car to robot animations in AR. Yeah, that'd be nuts. But you know, licensors, all that stuff. Who knows? Maybe the people that own or run Transformers don't like NFTs or whatever the reasoning is. Like, I mean, I do think, and plus, there's only so many IPs to go around. Like, I don't know if David, you and Dan have gone to all, you know, 580 IPs that are, you know, fan favorites, or even if they're niche or whatever. There's a lot of them. So it's odd they focus on Voltron. Yeah, I already read that. NFT Hero says, why buy Omi when Reese was cashing out? Clearly nothing coming soon for Omi, or he would not be cashing out. What's up with the UFOs above Montana? Dude, we're talking about some like random shit today. I'll be honest. I don't know much about Reese and Omi and like cashing out and all that stuff. Like, I'm not going to question how much he's cashing out or whatever. You know, I mean, just I don't know the context. Like if he's cashing everything out, not too sure about that, but if he's cashing out like a portion of it, like I don't really care what people do with their money, to be quite honest. What's up with UFOs above Montana? Is that something going on right now? All right, I'll you know, we're chilling right now, so I'll YouTube it or Google it. Does this happen recently? Is there any video footage, or is this just pure speculation per usual? All right, I kind of don't care unless there's like video of it. Canada shoots down its own UFO. Montana briefly closes airspace. Okay. This is coming from TMZ, a very reputable reporting agency, for sure. All right. Veve lost 5,000 Twitter followers over the last 29 weeks. Doesn't surprise me, to be honest. Veve's down, crypto's down, everything is down, so people just, it's just one less thing to follow. Like people might just unfollow it because they don't care to. Maybe those were bot accounts. They thought it would add a, what's it called? Credibility if they were like following Veve and they weren't going to get banned or whatever. Who knows? It doesn't surprise me that Veve is like not astronomically growing on a week-to-week basis or anything. Or is it just copium? Who knows? In my opinion, as long as they keep releasing licensed drops, as long as the overall outlook looks positive, nothing is getting outright canceled, nothing, there's no hardcore backpedaling, there's no anything like that, then I think it's fine. But the fact that in charge of developing it, cashing out, maybe the dude needed money. Who knows, dude? And I would like to think that if David and Dan felt like Reese were trying to compromise Omi, or if they're cashing out or he's dragging his feet, that they would just fire him and find someone else to deal with the Omi token. But I don't think that's the case. I mean, 600. If you had the opportunity to get $600,000. Because I mean, he probably bought in at what, 0.00000 something, maybe 4 or 5 zeros, who knows? He did wait for the pump. I mean, it just makes sense, right? That you would sell like ideally towards the top. Why didn't he sell during 0.00, you know, 5, whatever, you know, when Omi was like I think it was 2 zeros and a 7 was like its all-time high or something like that. You know, shy of a penny, like half a penny, I think. It's been a while. Yes, he can do whatever he wants. However, why would you want to buy it? I don't know. Everyone's got their own reason. I mean, I don't know how much of that makes us, I don't know how much of it he, you know, of his quote unquote bag that he sold, but I'm sure he needed it. Why would he sell at all-time lows? Why not wait for a pump? Yeah, he waited for the little pump in the, you know, the very bottom of the market. No, all-time high was over 1 cent. When was this? When did Omi get to 1 cent? He was not in charge at that time? Okay, gotcha. Man, that's crazy. Didn't Elon Musk sell a bunch of Tesla stock too a while back? Shouldn't everyone be selling their Tesla because they think it's going to go under or something? Because I could have sworn Elon Musk also sold like millions of shares. Maybe not millions. I don't know how many shares that he sold, but he did share like a sizable chunk of the shares of Tesla, I believe. Like this was like less than a month ago, I believe. It's been a while. I don't know. There's so much news. People looking up like UFOs and shit, and Omi, and ordinals, and a kid called Ape. Like, there's just too much information to like keep up with, or at least like that I care to keep up with, to be quite honest. Cool. Elon sold Tesla to buy Twitter. Okay, gotcha. But I thought this was after he bought Twitter. Like, I thought this was a while ago. Like, less than a month ago. So, like, he got Twitter a while ago, didn't he? Prices are creeping up. We don't even have MCP yet. Expect most FA comics and collectibles will go above retail when MCP is released. Unlikely. People already know what the game looks like. People know how much stuff costs. JKRB. I agree and disagree at the same time. Let's say that. I don't think you're completely wrong. I do think a lot of comics will probably hit their what do you call it? You know, go back to box price. A lot of commons will, but most won't still. Like, it'll take a bit of time. I mean, we could take a look, because I do think some comic prices are going down. Like, one example is, where is, I have to like load all these in. Like New Mutants 98, I believe, first appearance of Deadpool. That's been going down. And I know that's an old comic with 60,000 mints. Oh, it's the one at the very top. This one's been going down. I remember telling people like 2 weeks ago, like, hey, New Mutants is at like 6 something, or it's like just shy of $7. Like, wow, it's back to box price. That's nuts. And now it's like well under 6 gems. It's pretty far down. I'm trying to think of some other ones too, but there is a handful. JKRB, I do think that will go up, like you said. I do think this one will. Avengers 4. It's been hovering around this 7 gem price, going a little bit above, a little bit below for a while. It's just interesting how people would wait until MCP to actually buy stuff, because like, we already know how the point system works. I guess people kind of want to see where they land on the tier list, or like on the different tiers, and like if they just need to buy, you know, a handful of more comics and they now move up a tier, possibly. But yeah, the comics is 60k editions. It sucks, but those are some of the most iconic comics like in Marvel, so that does help it a ton. On top of that, their prices are being propped up a lot of, because people, you know, especially like Marvel Comics 1, I mean, people were buying that comic for literally hundreds of dollars. So I do think the only reason why it's not going lower is just because of just sunk cost, or people don't want to take like legitimately a 90% loss on their investment. So, but yeah, I agree. It sucks for a lot of the 60k comics. Are you preparing for MCP? Not really, to be quite honest. I would rather just buy and stack comics and certain collectibles that I know will do well in the future. I'm using MCP as a byproduct of I want to buy things that I want, rather than I'm collecting for MCP and like then go from there. We'll see. I do feel like the people that do make an effort to actually like invest money strictly for MCP, you know, they buy a rare of every comic, or at least like every, you know, let's say they buy a rare comic of every rare that's less than like 10 gems, right? It's close to box price. It's pretty cheap. Those people are easily going to be in the top, I think 20%, top 10, maybe not top 10, but probably top 20, 15%, just from doing that alone. There's a lot of people on the app that don't have a ton of stuff, or, you know, there's people out there with 100 Todds, but guess what? A Todd only gives you a couple points, something like that. Not even, I think it's 1 point. And then you know, same thing with someone else that stacks grails. It's like you get less points. So I do want to get more comics. I've really taken a liking to comics recently. I would say over the last like couple months, like the last 2 or 3 months, I've definitely taken a liking to comics. I would say probably about 80% of the gems I've spent this last month have gone to comics. The only reason why I bought certain collectibles was just because on drop, right? And I think that was like Battlestar Galactica, which I'm a big fan of, so that's why I spent a little bit on those collectibles. But like most of my money's been going to comics, and I do plan on putting more money into Veve at some point. Why is this not working? Give me a sec here. Why did this? Is that stuck on your guys' screen? It's not removing it. I can like remove it totally, but it won't let me. Interesting. Getting all kinds of errors and weird things going on today. All right. That's weird. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm definitely starting to favor the comics more recently. I think this is a 30K comic. Right now, I'm starting to put a bit more of my focus to the 10 and like the 75, 100, the 10K and the 20K comics, especially just because those are getting so scarce right now. As well as I haven't put a ton in collectibles yet. And that's the other thing too, right? Is like, do I invest in Omi? You know, because I do have a sizable chunk of money that I could invest in. But Omi's super cheap right now, but I don't think we're gonna do anything with Omi in like the very near future, to be honest. And even if Omi utility program happened tomorrow, I don't think anyone's really buying anything with Omi unless they got Omi absurdly cheap, which seems to be unlikely. Could Veve get sued by Vivo over the old logo NFT? I have no idea, dude. I'm not a intellectual property lawyer or branding trademark lawyer. Like, I don't know, to be quite honest. I did notice, like, I did kind of notice that a long time ago that the logos looked very similar. I'm trying to remember where I heard it, but I could have sworn I thought I did hear someone say that like Veve was planning on changing their logo in the near future. Like this was back in like November of last year. I don't know if it was just like a rumor or whatever it was, but I could have sworn someone said like, oh, like the Veve logo could change, by the way. I don't know if it's because of that, but no, not now that they changed it. Okay. Oh, I guess you hit it, whatever. The 10K editions for a comic seems perfect in my opinion. AF15 changed the game. Yeah, well they did, what was the very first comic? Do you guys remember what was the very first comic with 10,000 editions? It was not AF15. There was another comic that was 10,000 editions first. So AF15 up a little bit more. So this is AF15, but I could have sworn there was one that was like 10,000 mints. Yeah, Kang was a 10,000 mint. But dude, they were slinging all kinds of stuff back then. Like you could definitely tell they were experimenting with mint numbers in the early days of Veve. They like to tweet about Vivo trademark after they changed the logo. Okay, that's funny actually. Hitmonkey. We're getting there. We're getting towards the beginning. Kang FA, ASM 300. Now, it was ASM 300 happened after AF15, the VV logo NFT, I mean. Dr. Prophet bought one of my comics that I listed on the floor. I guess he's stacking. That dude is always stacking, John. But good for you. That's kind of cool that one of your stuff got purchased by a whale. Hit Monkey is a good one. Oh, there's Tucson Collectibles. Dude's gonna get obliterated tomorrow for the Super Bowl. I can see it. No one's gonna be happier tomorrow in the VV community than Tucson Collectibles. Until the Chiefs win, but then, you know, that doesn't matter. You know, Eagles made it to the Super Bowl, good for them. Yeah, so this is 60K. Did I just mess up? Oh my god, I hate that. Wonder if I can open another tab when I do that. See if it'll let me, so I can like keep this page. Suggest investing in real world physical comics. I don't believe the Chiefs are winning. Of course you don't. But we'll see. I mean, I honestly haven't followed either teams very closely. All I know is that the Eagles spanked the shit out of the Niners. Mostly because Purdy hurt himself. Middle of the first quarter, and then their backup got a concussion, and then all that stuff. But this is kind of the exact reason why I've been an on and off fan of the Niners for like 15 years because of this. Just the way they conduct themselves, the way they, I don't know, were basically starting fights and stuff the second half of the game. I wasn't a favor of that. But it's actually funny you bring that up. 63 Southwest, I think that's the name, just 63 SW. Suggests investing in real world physical comics. I was this close today to actually going to a comic shop that's about 17 minutes away. That's like the closest one in Scottsdale, like where I live. There's just like where I live, there's no comic shops like super close, so I had to drive away to get there. I didn't end up going because I was busy with something else. Also, I was just kind of lazy. But I kind of wanted to grab some like just facsimiles and maybe show them about Veve, because I did show when I used to live in Tempe. There's a comic shop there called Monster Comics, I believe. I showed the guy Veve and he just loved it. I don't know if he ever actually ended up spending money or getting involved in Veve. I have no idea, because I think when I went again to say hi and just kind of check up on him, like a few weeks later, I think it was one of his like coworkers were working instead. Then since then I've moved, but he loved the idea that you can get like a random comic cover, that you can get a random comic. The covers were all like exclusive art variants that's just on Veve. You know, of course, one of the first questions he asked me was like, so when people buy these, are these people just like flipping, or do they actually like the comics and like want to hold them? And I told him as of right now, it's about 50-50, but I do think collectors are slowly taking over and acquiring the comics they want, right? So I think in any market, for the most part, like you're going to have people that are there for profit and to flip, and then some people that like it and keep it. But eventually you're going to sell it, right? Even collectors have a price. So, but if I had to pick some comics, facsimiles that I wanted to buy, of course I would get Hulk 181 and or 180 just for Wolverine. Get his, what's it called, a cameo as well as his first appearance. I would love to get that. But I heard some of those facsimiles like aren't cheap. Like some facsimiles for like super popular characters aren't like super cheap. I don't know why, but I randomly went on Amazon and I was just looking at facsimiles, and I think Hulk 181 was like $30. Ultimate Fallout 4 facsimile was like $10, but there's other facsimiles you can get that are like $2 to $5, like just, you know, just a few bucks. So, or even less, I bet. I don't own any yet, but I think I'm gonna go next weekend, because this weekend was just, we have the Waste Management Open golf tournament as well as the Super Bowl, both in and around Phoenix, so it's a bit chaotic. What up, fam? What up, Veve Wheels Poetry Delivery? What's good? I just had 3 books return from the graders, 2 Stanley autograph books, Iron Man 1 and Avengers 4, and a Tales from Suspense 39. Which one's that? Is that... It's not Hawkeye, is it? Oh, it's Iron Man. Okay. We still don't have that comic yet, by the way. In case you guys are curious what that looks like, this is what Tucson Collectibles is talking about. Images. Ooh, that looks really small. I'll zoom in so you guys can see a bit easier. But yeah, this is what he's talking about. So, first appearance of Iron Man. Looks pretty cool. I like it. Wow, they made it look like just like in the... Wow, the comic copied the movies. They did such a good job. Wow, the comic is nuts. I can't wait to put my comics in the Veveverse and next to my comic, the matching collectible. Yes, sir. I'm excited for that too. For me, I'm gonna go all in on Wolverine, to be quite honest. At least as much as I can. I'm not gonna be able to throw 10 grand at Wolverine comics and collectibles, but I feel like I'll be able to get a nice sizable stack. At least one I'll be happy with. But yeah, that's my go-to, and I do think Wolverine is the ultimate, you know, anti-hero. He's probably the most popular anti-hero that everyone likes and enjoys. If people like anti-heroes, they know Wolverine. Whether it's Spawn, Wolverine, Raphael from like Ninja Turtles. I'm trying to think of some other like anti-heroes as well. I'm trying to think. Do you guys know of any other like anti-heroes? It doesn't have to be Marvel, but like Marvel, DC, like pretty much any IP or platform. I'm kind of curious what you guys come up with. House of M was also a 10,000 mint drop. You know what? I think I bought one of those the other day. Like, I think literally either this morning or yesterday. I think I literally bought one of those. I'm gonna maintain that page. I actually kind of like that page that we were just looking at. Has all the comics released in order. Is it store notes collection? Yeah, I bought a House of M earlier today. I just wanted a common because I didn't own a comic of it. I just grabbed the common. I bought it for a 225 or a 2.25 gems. Though I do like the uncommon variant cover, looks pretty cool. I bought also the New Mutants. Bought this for 215 earlier today as well. This is the first appearance of Warpath. I actually really like the rare cover. I remember seeing Warpath a handful of times in like the X-Men cartoons and stuff, and I actually liked him as a character. I thought he was pretty badass. So I might double back and buy the rare because I do like the Veve exclusive art. I think the ultra rare is like 14 gems and the rare is like 7, maybe 8. So I might go back and buy that. Trying to see what else I bought recently. I think I just bought a Devil's Sword common. I realized I didn't own, and in case you guys didn't know, this is the first appearance of Ben Reilly. The first appearance of the Scarlet Spider, aka Ben Reilly. I know one of the Palace guys owns like I'm trying to remember how many of these he owns, but I think he owns over 2,000. I need to double check with him. It might be more, it might be less. Hell yeah, Tucson. Dude, that's awesome. FA Iron Man. That's so cool. Maybe Ant-Man will be in Veve soon? Yeah, you would think so, right? Because the Ant-Man movie's coming out like soon, right? When is the movie coming out? Ant-Man movie. So I need to zoom out here. Quantum Mania. Oh, it already happened. February 17th. Take that back. All right, in 6 days it's coming out. In 6 days it's coming out. So on the 17th. I don't know. And Veve's had a pretty good track record of like releasing NFTs and or comics around the time there's like a Disney release and stuff. So, or a Marvel release. Sam Gito, aka Photographer. Dude, I love saying that last part of the name. Photographer. Let's go. Playing poker for Veve collectibles would be dope too. So, I kid you not, me and a friend, we're both on Veve. We used to do TF2, Team Fortress 2 hat trading, and which is almost, it's pretty darn close to like CSGO gun trading and skins and all that stuff. And I remember me and him actually made like a decent amount of money playing on like some gambling website where you put in digital assets that you had worth real life money and you would gamble with it. And how the gambling worked was there was a system where a new pool was started like every minute, maybe not every minute, but like every like 10 minutes, something like that, maybe sooner. It depends on if the pool filled up, and then you could start another gamble. Anyway, you could only put in 25 items. And then once the pool was filled, it would announce a winner, and then it would go to the next pool. And the pool would, I think, would just stay there until it got filled up. Or until someone put an item in and then like a timer would start clicking down. But essentially how it decided who won the pool was based on the value of the asset. So let's say, just to make it simple, let's just call it 5 items, and you can only put in 1 item. So I put in a Marvel Comics, which is worth like 50 gems, and then someone else puts in a Todd, which is worth 900 gems. Like now that person has like a 95% chance of winning the entire pool, unless someone throws in like a Secret Rare Spider-Man, and then now they have a chance to win the Todd and the comic. They have a higher chance, but there's still that very small chance that like the Todd could win or whatever. So you just keep putting stuff in, and basically the higher value your thing is, the higher chance you have to win. But at the same time, if someone either puts in something more expensive, you have a less chance to win. But then again, there's always that small chance you could win. Like I remember winning something and I had like a 17% chance to win, and I ended up like quintupling my money. It was absolutely insane. So yeah, I could definitely see something like that on Veve, gambling wise. Like you just throw in collectibles, comics, and then like the pool gets filled up, and like based on whoever, because sometimes people would snipe the last minute. So let's say it's 4 out of 5, someone just throws in let's say I don't even know what's like super expensive right now. Oh my god, I forgot the name of it. The brony thing, the pony. I forgot the name of it, dude. I cannot believe I'm drawing a blank. The pony thing. Oh my god, dude. It's from Powerpuff Girls. Donnie. If someone like just snipes the entire pot with a Donnie, basically. So that's how I would picture it actually working gambling wise. So thank you, WizCali. Thank you. Wolverine is fire. I can't wait. I think a lot of people can't wait for Wolverine. He's like the anti-hero. Dubdala, what's up, dude? If you want some cool looking IRL covers, the Alex Ross timeless covers are awesome. They drop in the next couple months. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Anti-hero, Blade, Punisher. Yeah, those are both very much anti-heroes. And I want the comics of both of those. Don't you have a matching mint set of Voltron? No. It was, I think it was, who, what? Oh my gosh. The Gale. I think the Gale was the one that ended up like getting a matching mint set of Voltron. Like this was like within a week or something after the drop. Like he went out of his way to buy matching mints of all 4 collectibles, and he had a matching set. I mean, odds are he probably sold it. I know I would have sold it if I went out of my way to buy all that. But what are your favorite UR covers on the app? That's pretty easy. Whoops, I passed it. 1 more, 2 more, 3 more, 4. NFTs. This is the best way to look up comic covers, bar none, in a very simple manner. Ultra rare comics. So these are all the ultra rare comic covers. It's quite a few. Holy moly. Yeah, there's quite a few right now. I really like... There's a handful I like a lot. I like the Avengers one. Kang. Kang looks good. I like Beta Ray Bill. That one looks good too. It's not like my favorite, but I do like Bullseye as well as Black Knight. Those ones look cool. But I'm trying to remember what like my absolute favorite was. I remember making a video. Ghost Rider looks pretty dang cool. When you first look at it, it looks a bit off because at first I thought like the wheel was like the chains for a second. I'm like, wait, why does it look so weird? But that's actually the tire. Like the perspective takes a second to kind of get used to when you're looking at the Ghost Rider comic, at least like the ultra rare. Yeah, I like the Avengers 4. I'm not a huge fan of that one. Of course, this is awesome. Captain America Annual. Like, it just adds more detail to the classic cover, which I like. Gambit looks pretty cool. Yeah, 15 looks a little too similar to the original cover. I know they wanted to pay homage. I think that's it. Actually, I'm more of a fan of like the rare covers, certain rare covers that are unique. I kind of like those more than some of the ultra rare covers, strangely enough. But yeah, I mean, I also just have a soft spot for just like any FA, like X-Men character. Like I like Rogue, I like Gambit, I like Jubilee, I like all those characters. Some more than others, but Mr. Sinister, like, how could you not? Do you go for floor price or 3-digit comics or collectibles? Me, I just like, if I can find a 3-digit for a decent price, I'll go for it. Is it gonna bite me in the ass later? Maybe like 8 years from now, all of a sudden 3-digit comics are just worth like at least 5x the floor, which they kind of already are. Yeah, but me personally, I kind of just stick to floor prices. If I want to be able to liquidate something, I want to be able to do it quickly rather than trying to put it above the floor and just like hoping someone finds it, especially with the way the current search features are. It's actually kind of a pain sometimes to find like certain mint numbers or and all that stuff. So who y'all got winning for the Super Bowl? I haven't really paid that close attention to either team or just like the season in general for the NFL. If I had to pick, probably the Chiefs, to be quite honest, kind of like just from what I've heard. But I don't know, Eagles got a pretty stud-ass defense, which I do. I'm a defensively minded person and player, so we'll see. It's a close coin flip, but the matchups favor the Eagles. Okay. Reed tends to lay eggs in big games. Donnie, yep. Labs, I flipped for 9k gems profit in 2022. Had other gems ready in system. I withdrew 18k in money. What's my tax burden? No idea how to do taxes. Well, first off, I'm not a tax professional and or a financial advisor. I would assume you'd probably pay capital gains on that. I do know this year on TurboTax, they were asking about digital NFTs, collectibles, all that stuff. So you'll probably have to fill out something about that if you want. But yeah, that's what I would assume. I don't want to tell you how you want to invest that, but the IRS will want to know, how did you get 18, an additional $9,000 out of thin air? They're going to want to know that. Which, by the way, I do have a bit of vodka, and I do want to help drink some of this. If you guys want me to drink more, of course you could donate money, but for now, I'll take this for Tucson, for the Eagles, for making it to the Super Bowl. Congrats. Ooh. First one is always a bit harsh. Also, I don't have a shot glass. I need to buy one. Yeah, what Tucson said. You owe money on your profits. You deduct all expenses. Yep. And I mean, technically, there's no such thing as a wash rule when you're dealing with, you know, again, not financial advice. You guys do whatever you want and take this however you want. But there is no such thing as a wash rule when you're talking about technically cryptocurrency, anything like that. So with Veve NFTs, I don't think it counts because you're technically not realizing those profits or losses like live with cash, like in your bank account. You can't see it. But let's say you bought $10,000 worth of OMI at 0.005 or whatever, and now it's down to where it is. You could maybe sell your OMI and then rebuy OMI and say, hey, I just lost this much money buying OMI, and buy it back. Because there is a rule in investing that when you sell something, you really can't buy it back within 30 days, something along those lines. So again, not a financial advisor, but there is a way you can kind of get stuff written off, because technically crypto is not a security. It's a nothing right now. So you can kind of do whatever you want. Your taxes on your actual gains, price sold versus price paid. Tax rate would be short-term gains, IRL, regular income. Yeah. So short-term gains. If 9K was your only income, then you don't owe much because of deductions. Yeah. 33%. Thoughts on Fartcoin? Randy Chavez pumping it. I have no idea about Fartcoin, dude. Sounds funny. Maybe just meme potential only. Let me look it up. I'll look it up for you, Wes. Fartcoin. It's at point. What is? How many zeros is that? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. It looks like 6 zeros. 1097. Well, earlier this morning before 11 a.m. it was at like 9 zeros. Now it's not. So I don't know what that means. Was it higher at one point? Yeah. Let me look at the year to date. Yeah, so it was even lower than that. I don't know. I have no opinions on Fartcoin. Ask Chat GPT, actually. Yeah. We actually talked about that at my work a bit. You know, just for fun. Like, could people use Chat GPT for like investing advice or all that kinds of stuff? Maybe it's interesting to think about. Nobody can live on 9K annual income, so you're begging for an audit if you try to claim that. Yeah. The person is a kid living with parents, they may make 9K. Yeah. Yeah, living with families, or just somehow they get free food. Who knows? Find a way to get housing and free food, or if you're in some like really obscure part of the country or out of the country, could maybe work their work. Covers suck, man. Come on. Which one? The ultra rare covers? Oh, rare covers suck? Oh, I beg to differ, sir. Let's look at, I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying there's a handful. There's a handful of rare covers that I like more than the ultra rare covers. That's what I mean. So like if we go back to the beginning, like, yeah, these rare covers are lame, right? They're not that different compared to some of the other ones, but some of my favorite ones are the unique ones that aren't just like Ultimate Fallout 4. Like, I think this is probably like the best looking rare cover. This red one on the entire app. Also, they also did some cool stuff with like Spider-Man with like the all black background. That looks kind of cool. I do like this Strange Academy cover variant. Like, it's not just the black and white version of the main cover. I actually kind of like this version of the Black Knight a bit better, just because it's like the muted white and black in the background. It just like makes them stand out more. Yeah, I agree. Most of these covers are lame, the rares, but the ones that don't follow the typical like just black and white whatever, like this one too, Silver Surfer Black, like the reflection on the surfboard showing the Fantastic Four, that looks so awesome. What are some other ones? Yeah, like I admit, like a lot of these just like black and white ones, it's like meh. And some people like this art. Some people like the kind of like sketch profile of the comics. I actually really like this cover here too. The one with Kraven the Hunter over Spider-Man. He just looks insane in that picture. And I think that's pretty much it. I would say the main standouts for me are like Ultimate Fallout #4 and what's the other one? Probably Strange Academy. It's just super colorful and it looks super cool. Yeah, those are probably the main ones that stand out to me. All right, let's go back to Veve. Unless you guys have questions about DC. Are all of you guys in DC? I know Tucson is. So I ignore the 18K I withdrew and just pay taxes on the 9K flipping profits. Thanks, guys. Yeah, taxes are all about profits. Or losses, too. When you're dealing with really rich people, you know, they look for losses. Like they actually hire tax professionals and all those people to like, where did I lose money so I can get that shit written off? Like when you get wealthy enough, like you try to find losses so you can get it written off. But yeah, taxes are pretty much all about profits, right? Profits are in gems, not taxable. I thought they only withdrew. That's what I mean. It's like you can lose as many gems as you want, collectibles, whatever. It doesn't matter until you withdraw, until those profits are realized. That's kind of a term. Realized into cash, then it doesn't really matter. That's why the closed ecosystem of Veve is kind of interesting. There's some workarounds. There's a reason why Veve did gems and not dollars or whatever currency. At this point, I am pretty sure the IRS cares about what you converted to cash. Yeah, that's it. They want to be able to track where the cash is going now probably more than ever. With all this digital stuff, like all the more reason why we should have blockchain technology so you can actually track this money, where it's going, who owns it. What are people doing? What are, is anyone committing fraud, money laundering, all that stuff? What are government officials really spending their money on? Where are they getting their money from? From overseas? Where? Why? All this information would be kind of nice to know, right? Not to get too deep in the deep end of all of it, but yeah. 49ers for life. I wanted the revenge with KC so bad. Bummer. I pick Philly. We'll get KC in the future. Gotcha. Me too, dude. I'm a Niners fan. It's been on and off for like 10 or 15 years, to be quite honest. Probably like 10 years, yeah. On and off for like 10 years. But again, I'm some guy who lived in his van in desert for years, yeah. Avoid Chavez's ideas. Yeah, I don't know what fart coin is. I have no idea what the hell that shit is. I was contemplating claiming my Veve losses because it's good practicing transparency, but maybe it doesn't matter. I don't think those losses actually are realized until you cash out, right? That's why, the kind of the example I did. And again, not financial advice, but this is what I've heard you could potentially do, is that there's no wash rule with crypto. because it's not a security. So if you bought Omi, Bitcoin, whatever, like if you bought a Bitcoin at $40,000 earlier last year and you sold it now for, I don't even know what it's at now, 17, 19, 20. I think it's at, last I checked, it was up to like 24. What's Bitcoin at right now? It's at 21. So let's say you sold it for 21. You can go ahead, sell it for 21 and rebuy it back and tell the IRS like, hey, I lost $20,000 on Bitcoin, and you can write that off on your losses. And you can rebuy it. That's what the wash rule prevents, is that people selling a security and rebuying it and then claiming losses against it. But because crypto's not a security, whatever. I'm not saying you should do it. For the 20th time, it's not financial advice, but yeah, avoid fart coin. Literally dead coin with 0 volume except for 1K in sales the past 2 days. Gotcha. This is basically the 3rd generation of money grubbing frat boys I've been watching. There's like 4 good rare covers. Yeah, there's not a ton, but the few that I do like, I like them more than some of the ultra rare covers. Let's say that. Right, profits and losses. Losses are gifts, exactly. A kid called Beast was 0.38 ETH floor for 2 weeks, currently 1.45 floor. Easy $1,700 profit in a week. OpenSea where the big money is at. True. But you also have to remember that the other 99% of projects that fail or go under or scams or don't work or there's no community behind it or whatever it is. So I think overall, projects like A Kid Called Beast are the exception and not the rule on OpenSea. And plus, like, that project's been hyped up for like 2 or 3 years, like at least. Just on the surface level, it does look like it's a bit like out of date. It honestly looks like a cryptocurrency, not a crypto. It looks like an NFT project that would have came out in like 2020. It does feel like it does look a bit dated in my opinion. Like everyone has those like trendy like hoodies and like ski mask and like kind of like I don't know, like trendy shoes and stuff. I don't know how else to explain it, right? But I wanted to buy one, don't get me wrong, but it was just glitching like no other on drop, and I just could not get one. And I didn't have enough Bitcoin, or sorry, ETH in the secondary to buy one, because I think I had like $200 in ETH, because I'm like, all right, that's enough for gas fees as well as the drop. And of course that didn't fall through, and like the floor price was like $300. So I was short a bit, but it's okay. But no, I agree. Like, it's cool that A Kid Called Beast, and it's, you know, I'm actually, you know, I'm happy when other projects do well, because the more attention gets brought to NFTs and or digital collectibles, and they're not scams and they do well, the better look it has on the public eye in general. But then again, if I had to put my money somewhere, it's going to be in officially licensed collectibles that have millions of fans that have lasted literally decades. I'd rather do that personally. I think Fartcoin only had like 14K liquidity yesterday in WBNB. Yeah. Let's go, Casey. Chiefs. Best of luck, Tucson. I don't own mini rares. Neither do I. There's only a handful that I own that I like, and I think of like the Master Collector Points second, maybe even third. Like, I don't really just buy random rares just because I like, or just because I want Master Collector Points. Like, because we still have no idea how many Master Collector Points it costs to buy another ticket, or to buy a, what's it called? Like an accessory for your showroom or whatever. We have no idea how much stuff costs. It could cost 10,000 tickets or points to buy a new ticket, which might take you an entire month. So it's like, all right, so once a month, I can get one more free ticket on one drop. All right, that doesn't sound necessarily worth it to go buy 25 more rares so I can go get an extra ticket a month. Like, we have no idea what the point process looks like. So Master Collector Points have been kind of secondary, maybe even like tertiary for me. Big A, I'm just wondering, or sorry, wondering, Jesus. I'm just watching SB for the Diggy Gaku commercial for the free mint. Dude, I have no idea what that is. How do you pronounce that? Is that where the ad is for the Super Bowl? Digi whatever? Hold on. I probably completely butchered that. I'm gonna play this YouTube video and it's gonna pronounce it. I have no idea how to pronounce it. Digi Daigaku. I think it's just Digi Daigaku. Let me see. Dude, Ad City.
Oh, it's actually doing.
All right, never mind. So true, I can see it. Will I be able to land it? We do have one NFT commercial confirmed. Let's go. I heard Bored Ape's gonna crash next week due to lawsuit. It's gonna crash next week due to lawsuit. Good thing I don't own a Bored Ape. Is Bored Apes dropping right now? It is cool that there is at least one NFT Super Bowl commercial. Yeah, that is kind of cool. Did they? I mean, you see. I actually see crypto commercials all the time, but no like NFT ads. I mean, I remember seeing the like crypto like credit card. I forgot what it's called, like the crypto credit card like commercials and stuff like that. But I haven't seen anything for NFTs yet, technically. Talking about all things today. I might have to just rely on you guys for information for all kinds of stuff. UFOs in Montana, NFT commercials, fart coin, reselling a bunch of Omi, Bored Ape Yacht Club, lawsuits, taxes. Dude, I just need to go to you guys for everything. I've heard YouTube chat is never wrong. That's what I heard. If you can scan the QR code fast enough, you can land it. It will be only NFT commercial. Okay. We will get an Apple commercial. I hear to expect blockchain experimental stuff. That's good. That's good. The more just the community at large in society gets used to the idea of blockchain and all that stuff, that just takes them one step closer to crypto, NFTs, digital collectibles, that kind of shit. Let's go. What's up, Travis? Split it up to pronounce Digi Daigaku. I think I got it. Bored Ape Yacht Club FUD is making big news. Sounds like it. I haven't been paying attention, but Executive Speak. What's up, dude? Nice to see you here. I'll toss in a few of these for you. Dude, I had oh my gosh, I forgot his name. It's probably bad I forgot his name. Kind of wanted to show you guys a cool picture. My friend, Clever Jerk, who buys all kinds of stuff. Bought one of these. Of course it doesn't. Close that is. Bought one of these and had to get my attention. So I said, I appreciate it. Bought an exact 8,000 mint Avengers 8 uncommon. He had to get my attention. He told like 2 or 3 people, like, where are you? But I thought this was too funny. And that perfect 8,000 mint. And because it's also Avengers 8. I mean, that's a sick mint. I do like that mint a lot. And it's just a meme-worthy cover. I like it. All right, let's go back. No DC stuff today. Maybe we will. Depends on what you guys want to talk about. What's your opinion on the reason for the Spider-Man coming from a different wallets? Coming from a different wallets than Veve's? Oh, like the original Peter Parker Spider-Mans? I heard about that. like there's Spider-Mans coming from different wallets, right? Or that like some were bought up. Because I thought the speculation was the original Peter Parker Spider-Mans that came out. Some people think that like it technically didn't sell out and like Veve bought them back or something weird happened, or maybe a different wallet bought them and it made it look like it was sold out. I think that's a speculation, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Wes, or if there's some information I'm missing, let me know. Let's go. If I get 1 billion fart coins and it reaches $1, then I'll be a billionaire. True. That is true. But that's one if too many. What network is broadcasting the game? Let's see what Google says. Fox, NFL Plus, YouTube TV, I think. At least those are the streaming options. I don't know about the TV. Yeah, Fox. I think that's it. It's just Fox Sports. It's like NFL Plus, Fox Sports, Fox, and like YouTube TV, I guess. I guess those are the only ones. I'll ask Chat GPT, yeah. It's a great meme template. Do it, Tucson. I feel like Tucson is made best friends now with Chat GPT. If Farcoin gets to $1, it'll be 4 times the market cap of Bitcoin. 4 times, bruh. 4 times, bruh. What was your worst loss and your best buy for Veve? My worst like loss. I mean, I got quite a few, dude. I could show them all. I could show a few right now. And some people know this already. I mean, this one's pretty bad. Donald and Daisy, I bought it for 1900 and now it's worth less than 90 gems. So that's a drop of how much? Worse than that. That's a 95. That's a 95.5% decrease in value from when I bought it. So it's literally down 96%. What else? There's plenty. There's plenty that I have. Mostly collectibles. Believe it or not, it's mostly collectibles that I'm down a lot. Oh, this one was fun. This one I bought this one I bought the day of they announced the whole first appearance, first edition change. And the original article did not have Mickey Sorcerer's hat, the Pizza Planet truck, and the logos not on the list, like the Avengers logo. And I think those were the only 3. They were on the list. I'm like, cool. I guess they're not saying the golden moments are FAFE. I'll go ahead and buy one. So I bought one, and then they like ninja patched. I think it's a ghost patch or a ninja patch. I forgot what it's called. Basically, whenever a company or a game design or a game company like makes an update without telling anyone, they just do the update and they don't alert anyone. So basically then they updated, like 3 hours later, they updated the golden moments and then the price crashed like really hard. So I bought this for basically 4,400 gems and now it's worth 370. I don't think it's as bad as Donald and Daisy. I've just been stubborn and I haven't sold this yet. Yeah, this one's only down 92%, so not that great, or not that bad. Donald and Daisy was pretty bad. What else? It's mostly collectibles. I'm down like a ton on. You know, and of course there's always the missed opportunity of Steamboat Willie. You know, I literally won this dude on drop. You know, it says I paid 60 gems for it. Went up to 10K, like between like 9 to 10K for like 15 days. Never sold it. Now it's down to $400. So it is what it is. But Best Buy, I guess technically is still like, it's hard to say because nothing is up right now. So it's hard to say like, oh, I got a great deal on this because, you know, it's mostly stuff I just won on drop, you know. On my alt account, I have like an ultra rare Vader I won on drop. So like, I guess that's technically a good buy. There's a few other, I mean, there are a handful of comics too that I'm down quite a bit on. Like me, mostly it's like Ghost Rider. I think I bought like 20 or 25 Ghost Rider commons. Then they started going down in price. So now they're worth like a third as much than they used to be. But regarding the Spider-Mans, we don't know because the team hasn't commented on it yet. Okay. But did I get the gist right? Like the rumor of, like, it seemed like they sold out, but they didn't, and a whole bunch, like a wallet started buying them up and nobody knows why. Who knows? Yeah, it could be a Veve wallet, or it could be like a legitimate whale, or like maybe it's a Marvel wallet and they bought back some of their own collectibles. I have no idea if that's like the case or not. So I can't comment too much because it's just sheer speculation. Best Buy was easy, was SR Miles for $50. Worst buy percentage wise was Mini Lenticular. Yeah, the Lenticulars got completely choke slammed. Those were really bad. SR Miles for $50. Was that had to have been just mislisted, right? Big A could happen if Fartcoin replaced Bitcoin. Could happen. SR Miles, Wes. Yeah. Worst loss for me was buying R2 at 9.4K win, but excruciating loss was selling SR Spidey for 20K right before the run. Best win was selling Partners for 30K after buying it for 17. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, remember you made some good profit on that on Walt. And if you guys didn't know, I actually won Walt on the drop. So you know, I paid 333 gems for it. I won it. And then I ended up selling it for, I think, like just shy of 10K a long time ago. And I knew I wanted to do the Veve thing. I knew I wanted to do market stuff because I've done it before. And so I sold it. And I'm like, all right, I want to play the game and not basically ride my entire like Veve value on just this one collectible. And at the time, I didn't have a ton of money. Like putting in that much money, even I was like stretching thin at the time, like 2 years ago. So I was like, all right, I've been basically given the opportunity to just get 10,000 gems, like basically, you know, or 9,000 gems, like basically just for free. So I'm going to take advantage of it, buy some stuff, flip it, see what I can do. And that's kind of how the channel started. Because I've done it before with 2 other platforms where I've like flipped and made money and all that stuff. So I'll do that. And it worked out. But in a market like this, the only way to make money is either play off the hype of future utility and grail drops, like, you know, the Infinity Stones or whatever. Like basically you just have to play off speculation and tweets that come up, right? Like I made some profit off of Voltron because the second that tweet came out about the dog, or like the, you know, the animal that was coming out, not the dog, but you know, the most recent Voltron drop, I immediately bought like a couple of the Voltron like uncommon and commons and just flipped them for like 15 gem profit each. And I'm like, cool, because that's the only way to like make profit. It's just off hype and like basically being as fast as you can up to date on Twitter posts from Veve. Mine was $529 for Steamboat Wiki uncommon. Oof. What is terrible is I bought 3. Yeah, that's rough. See, you could have just waited and now you could have bought 3 ultra rare Steamboat Willies. 1 SR Spidey on drop, which stings more. Wish I knew to hold on to 80 to 100K. I mean, was there any actual confirmed sales between 80 to 100k executive speak. I felt like it was just sitting there, but I don't think anyone's actually spending that much, especially in just like raw gems. But I do fully think that, I do fully believe that one of the reasons why prices were so inflated early 2021 and late 2020 was because of just fake gems. Like people just injecting literally millions of fake gems into the VV economy, just inflating prices to just absurd amounts. Oof, Donald Daisy bought at 1.9k, sold at 100. Bought a better mint at 100. It's probably smart. Oh, SR Miles on drop for 50. Gotcha. Okay. The dog. Yes, sir. Dr. Profit bought 1 or 2 at that level, but that's the ones I heard. Yeah, exactly. I've heard he's bought, you know, everyone bought stuff at all-time highs, so. What's the most someone had spent on one item in VV? I don't know. That's the other hard thing too, is like confirmed sales are like really hard unless someone posts about it. Confirmed sales are pretty hard. Like I would like legitimately the only way you can get confirmed sales on VV is like here. So collectibles artworks. You go to these artworks, like I'm talking more recently. You go to these artworks and you can click on this and you can say, I think it's this one. All right, so Dr. Profit actually spent 31,000 gems on this poster, this 1 of 1 by Scotty Young, because it's, you know, reenactment, or not a reenactment, but like an homage to Amazing Spider-Man #1. Like this is the only way you can actually get like confirmed sales 1,000% through VV, because that was the main issue for a long time. Is like stuff would get listed and then like removed, and we're like, all right, was it delisted? Did someone buy it? What happened? Like we don't really know. Now we can kind of see through the blockchain, like see actual sales, and we could kind of see it before, but now it's a lot of legwork to find out if something was bought or sold. I was thinking $539 for Steamboat Willie isn't too bad. Then I realized it was uncommon, not you are big oof. Yeah, it happens. I got my first promo code for holding the Voltron set. I feel like a low mint will be given to the holders. I did. Did you get one, homie? I did not get one. I don't own a set of Voltron. Not personally. Everyone loves Dr. Profit, but he's a horrible trader if you think about it. He's down terribly on VV. I don't think that means you're a terrible trader. I mean, by that logic, literally everyone on VV is a terrible trader. If anyone bought anything in the year of 2021, you're a horrible trader. If that's the logic we're following here, right? Basically, if you bought anything between December of, maybe not December, I think it's technically January is when everything kicked off, like January 7th-ish, like the end of the first week of January, basically the entire year of 2021. So I think what makes someone a good I mean, it's a pretty subjective term. Like, what is a good trader, right? Do you go in at a good price? Are you up on profit? What the things that you're buying? Because, you know, if you bought 1,000 Todds at a high price and you're down, you still own 1,000 Todds. You still own a good amount of the market share of Todds that exist, right? Did you pay a super high price? Yeah, but then again, there was also a lot of external factors, like VV telling us that there was like 20 to 30,000 new users a day. Do you guys remember VV saying that in like late 2020, early 2021? Same thing with the fact that there was like millions of gems injected into the market, and like we had very little to no tracking features, right, of all that information. Like we're just like, oh my god, there's just so much going on, and we're being told that there's a ton of people going into the app. So it's more nuanced than just like you're a bad trader. At least I would like to think so. There's a difference between a trader and an investor. True. What Mark said. Trader and investor are two different things. Like I said, if you own a lot of something and you own a good market share, did you have to pay a premium? Probably, but now you own it. And most of the time, investors aren't thinking of today or tomorrow or even within a year. They're thinking like a decade from now. Veve Super Bowl commercial confirmed. Sick. You're just memeing, right? I would hope it would happen. Sorry, I'm watching a video posted by Metaverse Life. Cool, cool. Can't even imagine spending that much money one item, but that's probably because I don't have that money, and probably what if I did? That's awesome. Yeah, like if you look at this, I mean, I think this is the most expensive one of one that has been acquired. I don't know, this Venom one I felt like went for only 4,000. I thought this would go for a bit more, to be honest. Not comics. Artwork. I think this one, this Miles Morales, went for a lot too. Yeah, 17,000. Dr. Profit bought this one. Yeah, it's pretty nuts how much money he has, or how much he's, you know, investing into Veve. The David Warhol one, he invested 28,000. That's nuts. January to like mid-February, you got, and by you I mean because I got buying at the all-time high. Yeah, a lot of us did. A lot of us bought at all-time highs at some point in that range, right? Veve logo all over those UFO popping up all over the place. Marketing is happening. Yeah. Veve logo over those UFO popping up all over the place. It must be, dude. Maybe David Hughes got to deal with the aliens or something like that. Some ET, extraterrestrial. Are we getting ET as an IP? Are we getting ET NFTs, dude? I'm talking about the Spielberg and ET, not whatever. Yep, I remember that. My worst NFT, not Veve, though, was the Game of Thrones 2 boxes. Oof. Dude, I'm actually kind of glad I didn't know that happened. Dude, I still own these. Let me see if I can log in. Oh my god. What's it called? I still own this, dude. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Dude, why is this so hard to find? I bought those Lord of the Rings NFTs a while ago too, and they haven't done shit with that. They haven't done anything with those in like 3.5 months. I can't even find the website. That's how bad it is. Because I got a new computer since then, and I have no idea. The Warner Brothers. It's so sad that it's not even taking me, like I see a ton of articles on it, but there's nothing that actually takes me like to the website. It's nuts. Is this it? Oh my god, I think I found it. Hold on, let me show you guys. Ridiculous. Give me a sec. Hello? There it goes. I'll show you guys. So silly. I still have this. Still have not done anything with it yet. At the time, we had no clue that most of the gems were fake and that most of the new users were bots. Attitude was like Veve finally broke through and this was the write-up. Oh, for sure. Everyone felt that. And dude, you were getting, and ExecuSpeak knows, people were getting like ostracized by like the community. If you sold anything, why are you selling? Do you think it's not gonna do well? Why are you flooding Veve? Like all this stuff. If you sold anything. This stuff. Do you guys remember this? Or have you guys heard about this? Lord of the Rings NFT thing? Like crazy. It's still in the store. You can still buy this one. This version's gone. These are going for how much right now? $80. Wow, they're below price. Holy moly. I did not realize that. I've not paid attention to this in so long. Yeah, I haven't paid attention to this in like over a month. I did not realize prices were this low. Because Warner Brothers has just been radio silent. They haven't done anything with this at all. And this is what I have. This is all I have. And I got, I got some money left. I could cash out, but yeah, I still have this. And I haven't listed for that. And I actually bought this mint specifically. If any of you guys know Lord of the Rings, the 973, it's like 9 for the elves, 7 for the dwarves, and 3, no, other way around. 3 for the elves, 7 dwarves, 9 men. That's why. And I'm like, cool. Since then, shit, nothing's happened. So, yeah, sad times. I love the sound of the ship's horns. Yeah. The amount of waltz Dr. Profit owns is insane. That's the most impressive hold I can think of on the app. Yeah. Cap. Re Super Bowl commercial. Yeah. I heard they lasered the Veve logo on the moon. Let's go. What's good, Vibes? Happy to see you back doing lives again. Yes, sir. What's up, Pookie? Pooski. Dr. Profit is trying to get on that Elysium style spaceship that the rich will be ruling the earth from. Yeah. Is it Elysium? What's the... Yeah, it is Elysium. I'm trying to remember the movie, but that's what it was. Yeah, he's definitely going to be up there. That's crazy cool. I got Superman at 1300 and Vader at 1350, but I'm still holding them because I will I will not lose. Yeah, it's either, whether it's through, honestly, passion, stubbornness, stupidity, or just, faith in the project. Whatever it is, I think it makes sense. I bid 4,269 cents on that Miles artwork and actually thought I had a chance at it. Clown music intensifies? Yeah, no way. Not happening. The feeling was good while it lasted, fam. It was a good time. Like, despite the fact that we got utterly bent over price-wise in the market. It was a good time. That hook hand Game of Thrones NFT is like the funniest thing I ever saw. I have not seen any of it. Let me look at it. Oh my god. That looks so bad. All right, let me pull it up here. Dude, that looks pretty bad. I just typed in Game of Thrones NFT and I think this is what is going on here? They must have clipped that wrong. That looks terrible, those hands. Just bought this for 0.07. Why, you might ask? Do you hate yourself, Wonky? No, it's because I know art when I see it, and these fingers, that's art. My God, dude. And who is this character? I don't remember them in Game of Thrones. Is this the only character that looked like really terrible? Build Your Realm NFT is sold out on Nifties. So what is this about? I haven't looked at this at all. There's like cards and other stuff. I don't know. That's enough for me. This is a Veve set list in case you guys were wondering. Dude, this one took a while to sell out. I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place and I apologize, but this comic took a while to sell out. I actually didn't end up going for it. I might end up buying the like common version just to have it. But is the price going up? Just curious. Green Lantern. Common 6, uncommon is 10. Rare is 12. Yeah. It's doing all right. Hey Smurf, should we open our Game of Thrones boxes yet? Oof, I wouldn't. We should sue Veve for not telling us. Oh, about the commercial? It's never gonna happen. I got absolutely slammed for selling my partners at 30K. Market chat raged pretty hard on that one. Why do they care? They don't. Most of them don't even own one, technically. Lord of the Rings will pump when they do something else. I agree. It will, hopefully, do something else. It's just when it happens. I think I have enough to buy 2 of those now. Those 2 of those things for cheap. Because people are selling them for like $80 now. Is that how many rings were given out? Yeah, you got execu speak. I know I'm a little behind on chat, so I apologize. 9 humans, 7 dwarves, 3 elves. Yes, sir. I try to find the inverse of that too. 379. I try to get like basically the palindrome version of it. Technically, not really. But I couldn't find it. Yeah, I've got the whole set, and you're right. Nothing going on. Wish they were interoperable. Yeah. I heard Banksy is personally going to pump Veve on Super Bowl commercial. What's all this? You guys are just is any of this true? You guys just trolling me? I know I'm like pretty disconnected from like a lot of like outside information and like random NFT projects and stuff, but I did not hear about any of this. I bought the Lord of the Rings NFT mint 1961, Peter Jackson's birth year. Use the old Veve mint logic. Hell yeah, dude. You gotta do like you gotta be thinking in a 5D chess while everyone else is playing 1D checkers, you know? You're way ahead of the game. Well, Veve did kind of orchestrate the whole thing to make money and show the licensors that what was possible. Dude, those hands, so great. That's Tyrone Scissorhands. Don't you remember him? Dude, no, not at all. I did not know who that is. You guys are gonna be so shocked when the halftime show is sponsored by Veve. Dude, that's awesome. Comic book took so long because we could only buy one. That's true. That's another thing I'm not a huge fan of. Only buying one of the comic. I guess it's fair. But I mean, all the other comics, like I know Detective Comics, like First Appearance Robin, and some of those other comics, like there's a one comic limit too, and those sold out I think like within an hour, maybe 2 hours, just because queue system was being weird. It also took a while because I know a lot of people have like multiple accounts and they like queue up, or like they'll buy for their friends or something like that. I'm trying to remember how it is, but like you can have a bunch of tabs open. If you guys watch Veve Vault, this is what he does. He has like a bunch of tabs open, and whichever one has the best spot in the queue, he uses that, and then he buys it for himself. But I imagine other people, what they do is they buy it for themselves and their friend, and then their alt account, and then their their brother and then whatever. They could just, one queue means you can then buy it for everyone else. So there's a lot of purchases that happen. But because it seems like it's limited to like one purchase per like device or window or whatever it is, I noticed that. That's what some people were saying. Yeah. JK, it's sponsored by Pfizer. Yikes, is all I gotta say. There are 2 comics credited with starting the Bronze Age, this Green Lantern book, and Conan 1. Huh. Interesting. Lord of the Rings will pump when it gets on Veve. I mean, on the Warner Brothers one? I don't think so. Don't get me wrong, I would love to see Lord of the Rings on Veve, but unless like Lord of the Rings is gonna whore themselves out like DC did all of like 2021 to like 7 different platforms, I don't think it's gonna happen. I think they're gonna stay on the Warner Brothers website, but it could. I'm not against it. I would love to have me a Gandalf. Fly, you fools! No, I have no idea at all about a Super Bowl commercial, but I'm happy just to make stuff up with everyone else. Hell yeah. Like, I heard David Hughes going to parachute in on a life-size Voltron during the halftime show. I heard the same, dude. I heard Alex is gonna be doing the halftime show, like he's gonna be singing. David and Dan are gonna be dancing with like hologram versions of like DC digital collectibles like on stage. They're gonna have like projectors and like do all this crazy stuff. People, they're gonna give away like DeLoreans in the parking lot, and then people are gonna like fly them around during the halftime show, you know, with their headsets on, like in the VV verse. Like, pretty sure that's what's gonna happen. No idea, Smurf. I FOMO'd into the Game of Thrones drop, hearing about it an hour before. Maybe we were holding the unclaimed legendaries, probably. So, are there boxes and there's not? You could open them, or are you guys still holding them, or is there like an open date later? I have a few unopened, yeah. I mean, me personally, I've always been an unopened fan. Like, just take the guaranteed profit. It's exactly what I did with that's exactly what I did with HRO, and it seemed to work out decently, at least with the digital packs. It seemed to work out decently for me. My only regret is that I didn't buy freaking 10 of those packs, the season 1 packs, digitals. Hopefully, yeah, I did the same, yeah. Yep, open about 80 tabs, 2 tabs per guest Chrome account, then you just find the one that's closest and then get the comic. Vault is great at that strategy, yeah. Dude, when Action Comics comes, or Detective Comics with first appearance Batman, or the actual first appearance Flash, like what's it called, Flash Comics 1 comes out, like all of those comics, dude, you better have like 400 tabs open, and those queues are gonna be like 1 million people are going for this drop, like, oh my god, 1 million people. It's like, really, it's like 20,000 people with just like 40 tabs open. So I think that's what's gonna happen. Cal holders should be able to buy 2, 1 early, 1 at public. That would further encourage people to buy Cals. Yeah, for sure. I don't think they need to do that necessarily. I feel like that almost, just the fact that they can get into like a little private or like priority queue thing, I think is enough. I would like to see them implement or add some utility in the near future. I know they gave us that like 60-day, what is it? I know they dropped this earlier, like like 2 weeks ago. Did I pass it? Yeah, I did. It's back here. I know they dropped this. I always click collections. I know they dropped this like water map thing or whatever it is. I mean, of course I got trolled and I got a water map instead of the other thing, but I still have no idea. Like, still no one knows what this is for. Same thing with the you know, the Upper Gotham Spire, like whatever that district is. Like, they still haven't touched this content at all, and it's been what, almost a year at this point. I think it's been 10 or 11 months. They still haven't touched this content at all. Not a fake Voltron though, a real one. Some will die, but all publicity is good publicity. Very true. Very true. I'm gonna hear it. I'm gonna be here. I hope I die. If I die by the hand of David Yu, I'll perish with a smile on my face. Say that. I heard they fixed that. Only one buy for Q. Yeah. Veve already put out Lord of the Rings on their old list of licenses. Already put out Lord of the Rings? Like they took it off their list, or it's still there? Really? Batman packs will be back at 800 soon at HRO? Yeah, just because it's supply. Strictly because of supply. I think I ended up selling both. I bought 2 packs. I bought 1 pack and I'm like, oh, it's still not sold out. And like, these might do kind of well. All right, I'll buy 1 more. But I think I ended up selling both of them for about $400 each. So still not bad. I don't know if I would have been able to hold it for a year and then sell it for double. And then after I did that, I sold a couple digital cards and some other stuff, and I kind of just cash out at HRO. Like, I have nothing against HRO. It sounded like they've done some awesome content and cards and all that kind of stuff recently. It was just like one too many projects to handle. Like, I'm already focusing on Veve, the DC. Clearly, I've not been keeping up with the Lord of the Rings one or the Warner Brothers thing at all. So, and every once in a while, I do have a friend that kind of tells me about something like a kid called Beast or this Bitcoin ordinals, and that when it happens, if I think it's worth the time, I'll buy some Bitcoin or ETH or whatever the hell and like give it a shot. But I'm still like pretty inexperienced with that, so I'm a bit hesitant to do it. I still have some. I think I might have like $20 worth of like digital cards. I still have the physicals that I got from my original pack, but that'd be dope. On halftime to fly on the back of future cars. Yeah. No, open it now. Let us know what you get. Of course, because it's not yours. You're not taking any of the risk. It's going to be absolutely insane. Yeah, the halftime show is going to be awesome. Who wouldn't want to get involved with Veve if there was like 4,000 fatalities? Like, why not? It's true to form. Collectors at heart. Collectors of souls. FLO, IVL. Can't open 80 tabs for 1 IP. It's limited for 40 or so, and all queue will reset or give an error. Really? So they changed that, or they fixed that? Your guess on how the FA Spider-Man will be... Your guess on how the FA Spider-Man set will be worth in 2030. I have no idea. Dude, I don't even know what's going to happen in 2023 on Veve, let alone 2030. You need, for 2030, you need a lot of things to happen. Like if we're talking like, oh my gosh, like the original FA Spider-Man set is going to be worth $150,000 or $200,000. Like, hey, you need blockchain technology to be heavily integrated with society and or just the government or whatever it is. I do think NFTs, maybe not NFTs, but I do think at least cryptocurrency will probably have to become a security in order for people to actually take it security, and big investors and hedge funds and all that stuff to actually get some real money into it. Digital collectibles / NFTs at large need to be not only accepted but embraced by collectors and just members of society in general. Like, people are like, okay, I get this. All right, being a collector, a digital collector, this is different than buying a Fortnite skin or whatever. Okay, I kind of understand the value of this. IP licensors need to get completely on board doing utility on a massive scale for a lot of their collectibles to make it worthwhile. And the metaverse needs to happen. Like, metaverse, whatever the hell that looks like, needs to happen sooner rather than later. I don't know if it's going to be the Veveverse or if Meta or Apple or whoever or Google is going to make the next metaverse thing. even though initially it might start off as like a bunch of different spaces of metaverses or groups, Veveverse. Eventually it's all like, as much as people want decentralization, it only makes sense eventually that things get centralized. Like it just makes sense for the smaller metaverse to merge with the bigger one because there's a bigger market share there. There's more people, there's more money, there's more everything. It just makes sense. So price wise, I wouldn't even have a clue where to guess. It's either going to be but somewhere between $0 and $1 million. I have no idea. It's somewhere between there. I bought a cow 2.5 weeks ago for 600 instead of a kid called Beast for the same price at the time. So I'm pretty salty right now on cows. I could see that. You know it's not the cow's fault, right? But yeah, the whole kid called Beast, I don't know. It could be a whole, not a pump and dump scheme, but it could be one of those projects that does extremely well and takes off, or it could be a project that might, it just dies off. It might take a little bit longer to die off because there's such a diehard community behind it, or they have so many followers on Twitter and people being active. But like doing AR stuff and then this and that, like it seems like a lot of projects are already doing it or do it better. So I'm not entirely certain, but I do feel like a lot of those NFT projects are behind the 8 ball because it's all community driven utility, right? Like it's not like a kid called Beast itself is this like multi-billion-dollar corporation like Disney or Star Wars or anything like that. Like the amount of utility is limited to like what the community can kind of come up with or whatever. Like there's only so much they can do, and you can only just give away the same like digital NFTs or collectibles over and over and over as an airdrop. Like, hey, if you own this, you get an airdrop, and then if you own this, you get an airdrop. Then if you own this, you get an airdrop. It's like, okay, like just giving me more digital, unless people have belief in the original NFT, just giving me more NFTs isn't gonna help. Like, I don't know. That's just my take. Lord of the Rings on one of the old ecomi pages. Oh, okay, gotcha. Anybody know what's the deal with that Green Lantern comic and Green Lantern floppy disk? What do you mean what the deal is? I mean, it's the first appearance of, I forgot the character's name is. Let me look it up here. This guy? This comic? Jon Stewart as Green Lantern? This guy? And then I haven't really been paying, I honestly have not been paying attention at all to the floppy disks. There's just, in my opinion, way too many of them. I forgot what that one's called. The floppy disk. Is it Fandom? This thing? Yeah, there it is. It's up to $10. But I mean, there's also 110,000 mints of this thing. There's over 100,000 mints. So yeah, that's a lot. So that's kind of why I never really cared to buy one. I'd rather buy a C tier comic for $10. And at the, at least, even if it's a C tier comic, at least there's only like 5,000 total mints or whatever, rather than 100,000. But who knows? These could be for playing a game or some shit. I don't know. But F it. I'm opening the Game of Thrones box. Let's see those hands. Let's see those hands, dude. Dude, that's like a horror figure. It's like that's nightmare fuel right there. I have no idea what the discs are about. I have no idea either. Since you brought it up, thoughts on Bitcoin ordinals? Really complicated right now, so it might be the best time to speculate. I have no idea, dude. I haven't looked into it at all. I heard the term Bitcoin ordinals. My friend told me about it. He even said it's complicated, but I have no idea. So that's legitimately the extent of my knowledge on Bitcoin ordinals. Search for Y ecomi ecosystem and the value proposition. Search for the Y ecomi ecosystem and value proposition. Okay. Maybe another day? I don't know. Maybe the Comic Plus disc gives some sort of airdrop? Maybe. Could happen. I wouldn't put it past DC. I mean, they definitely have been the project that's done like the most airdrops, I guess. I don't know. I know HRO's done a ton, but it's mostly revolved around pre-announced stuff or like, hey, if you bought this, you know, pack of cards that we knew wasn't going to do well, you get airdropped a new thing, or if you're a top 100 leaderboard, you get airdropped this. So that's what I think too. Guess that's what I think too, that there's going to be one metaverse that gets it right, and then everyone will consolidate to that one. Decentraland poker is fun. I've seen that. It is fun. I mean, it's just poker, right? And you're just shooting the shit with your friends, and you can do goofy lightsaber stuff and cups and whatever. Like, you can interact with a lot of things. So it'd be kind of cool to have the Infinity Gauntlet in your hand, right? In the VV verse, and you're like playing poker for fun. That'd be cool. Actually been buying into Cool Cats lately. As of September, they have a new CEO that was a VP with Disney for 25 years. I like the project, and they just launched a new PFP for like $200 each. I haven't heard of Cool Cats. I mean, that's the thing. Like, so many of these projects are just like, oh, I bought the wrong PFP of an animal. I should have bought the cat and not the otter, and I should have bought the pug PFP and not the you know, honey badger NFT project. Like, it's so like, I don't even know how people find value in these. Like, I feel like they all say the same buzzwords about community and AR and utility and this and that, and, you know, cool strategies and this and like, it sounds like it's all the same stuff, to be quite honest. And at the same time, at the end of the day, it's all community driven utility. It's not backed by millions of fans. It's not backed by billions of dollars. It's not backed by any of those things, which is for better or for worse, right? But that's just me. And nothing against like people getting involved with those like communities, right? It's just too much for me to keep up with. Like, it's just too much. Well, I guess that article I recommended is just licenses used worked with before. I'm spreading propaganda and misinformation. Let's go. That's all we're about here. Propaganda and misinformation. I will say this, it's pretty fun to snipe on the DC website, unless it does this. But other than that, doing market sniping on this DC website is pretty fun, because sometimes people do misprice stuff. I mean, you actually do see it every few weeks where someone mispriced like a bat cowl. They forget a 0 or something like that, or like they accidentally list like a really good cowl for like $400, like a really good one. I like, and I hate it when this error happens too. Like, it doesn't even tell you the price. You have to like wait. It's weird. Bio, good luck, buddy. Yeah, good luck, dude, on your unboxing of the Lord of the Rings thing. Hopefully, you don't get that guy with the weird hands, and you just get nightmares for the next month. Big A, just working on my resume for MSNBC or Fox. I can lie for the red team or the blue team. Yeah, they all lie, and everyone's biased. You're insane to think that if your side isn't biased or says certain stuff. Like, I shake my head at things on both sides of the aisle. I don't think all of the fandoms got minted. Oh, so there's even more potentially? In 2021, when I joined DC was a promotion, a free disc for joining, and another disc for tweeting about DC, I heard, but I can't confirm. Those discs are for cowls. Okay. Yeah, because those discs were there before the whole bat cowl thing, if I remember right. And yeah, dude, my chat's like acting up. It won't let me like pull up old messages, which is weird. Oh, there it goes. It's just being like super laggy. Give me a sec, guys. Hold on. All right. I'm back. Was that a W? Yeah, was that a W? You got Jon Snow. I don't know who Ygritte is. Ygritte? Oh, her. The one that... The wild lady chick that Jon Snow is boning. Remember her? And Hodor? Interesting. Also, I forgot to mention, I did download something. See if I can find it. Is the game on here? Should be. What the heck? I was playing it earlier, now it's gone. Oh, there it is. I downloaded this game. Oh my, dude, why is it still like that? I gotta fix that, but I don't know if you guys can see. Marvel Snap. I downloaded it, I'm playing it. I've been playing a little bit today. Quite a bit, let's say. It's pretty fun. So Ben Brode is the designer, or a designer for this game. I think he's like the lead designer. He used to do Hearthstone. I think he was the lead designer for Hearthstone. And I used to play Hearthstone like competitively back in the day, like probably like 6 years ago, 5-6 years ago. So this game does give me some Hearthstone vibes. And I played it quite a bit, but I do feel like cool. But I've been enjoying it. Is it any good? It's not bad. So that was one thing I wanted to do on my streams, was to like play it on the side. I don't think I can right now because the software I used to use to show like my screen, I don't have on this computer yet. I'll have to like go on Google, and it's kind of an involved process to do that, to like show my screen. But maybe I'll do it one of these days. I'll like have it up on the side or something like that, and I'll play a game or two so you guys can see what it's like. It's basic enough. It's definitely got some strategy. It's one of those typical games when it's just like Hearthstone. It's like easy to learn, hard to master kind of games. I could definitely understand the depth and complexity to it, like the more you play. It's still not as complex or as strategy intense as like Hearthstone, I could tell, because you're pretty limited with your options and what you can do, and there's kind of little way you can interact with your opponent. It's almost like you're kind of playing your own game. But I say that now, but I'm only a dozen games into it, so I still play Hearthstone just for fun though. I suck against other actual people. Yeah, dude, I used to get top 100. I used to play the arena mode where you pay like 150 coins to get in, and you get to play, you get to build your own deck, and then you play against other people. I used to play that competitively, and I used to get like top 100 NA when I used to play that on Twitch, or just in general on my private time. And there was like a leaderboard, and I know Kriparian was always like top 10 or 5 or whatever. but I hated doing it because every like new season or whatever it was, like, or every like new expansion, there was always like 1, 2, maybe 3 classes that were like really strong for arena, and you had to play those over and over. Anytime that you were offered those classes, you like had to take it, and it was so annoying because you just like couldn't play anything fun. You just had to play the most OP decks over and over and over, which was annoying. One of the guys I watch, nothing but bangers, plays a lot and live streams himself playing from time to time. Nice. What happened? Where happened? I don't know. No, my avatar is lame. Was praying for the Night King. Normal hands though? Damn, dude. We needed those like Slender Man, Edward Scissorhand looking ass NFTs. That's what we wanted. That's awesome. There's like battle pass junk and whatever now. Just like 3 to 4 things they want you to pay for every season. Pretty lame. Yeah. I made enough coins or whatever just by doing arena, because once you get 7 wins in arena, you basically broke even or made slight profit. Sometimes you just get lucky on what you get. But a lot of the time, I think my average was like 8 or 9 wins, like on average. Sometimes I think my best record, like average, was like 9 point something wins in arena. But that's when like arena was like super unbalanced, and I played like the most OP classes over and over and over and over again. If it was offered to me. But if you make, you know, if you average over 7 wins a game on average in Hearthstone, you could play forever in arena. And you get so many coins, and then eventually you have enough coins to like buy packs, and you can buy tons of packs, you can buy the new stuff. Like, it's pretty crazy. But it's been actual years since I've last played. I think at least 4 years since I played Hearthstone. I feel like it's just changed too much for me to like go back and like not so much relearn everything, but just, yeah. Anyway, shall we talk about Veve today or something? If you guys noticed, Black Panther is now below 1,000. I remember when it was at like 1.2 for a while, but prices are steadily going up. Slowly but surely, prices are going up. So people are accumulating these. Uncommon is still going down in price, like down in price. So it's weird that the commons are going up, but uncommons are still like legitimately going down, which is kind of crazy to think of. So I thought this was settling around 17 for... It was around 17 since drop day up until now, but now it's like down to 16. Rare is kind of poking its head up to 30 because that's what I did. So I had a rare, I sold it for 30, and then I bought a common for I think 22.5 or 23, and I just kept like the 6 gem profit, and I bought like 2 X-Men comics or something. Like, I'd rather just have the common anyway. Uncommon, I think it's moved up a little bit. I didn't really pay, not uncommon, ultra rare. I didn't pay too much attention to that one. And this is settling around 500, so. I like Black Panther, but not enough for me to like hard stack it or buy like 15 of them or anything like that. This one has actually been going down a bit too, surprisingly. This is actually down to 37. I remember in Sleepin' Comics' Discord, he was kind of telling people like, hey, this is down to 41. Take a look at it. He didn't tell anyone to buy it, but he said, hey, take a look at it. It made ASM 300. First appearance of Venom. It's below 41 right now, so could go lower. What else? And I think this is a 10,000 mint comic too, so that's a decent one to look at. What else? I think Groot is also a 10,000 mint comic. Not super popular, but it's below box price. I think this thing was hovering around like 10 to 12 gems for like a long time, and until recently, now it's getting down to like below box. It's another good one. Journey to Mystery. This one's still chilling around 66 gems I remember when this was going for like 40 something, and a lot of people were saying it's underrated or undervalued, and I agree. So should we wait here, or did he open another stream? Yeah. I have a hard time stacking anything right now. I've got some stuff that I'm holding, but most of my action is playing drops. I think I'll flip right now. Stream is running for me, yeah. That's why I told him just to try and refresh. Yeah, I get what you mean. I mean, I haven't done, dude, I hardly bought anything in the year of 2021, especially the last like 6 months. Like, I legitimately only went for drops. I think I bought a couple things, but other than that, I was like just playing drops. But I do think, executive speak, you know, just idea here, the merge is happening right now. Like, as we speak, people are merging accounts, they're putting stuff together, and people are flooring comics and collectibles. So people are flooring all kinds of stuff right now. So I do think prices are going to keep going down for a bit unless people keep buying, right? But I don't think that's the case. I think people, when they finally merge their account that has 50 comics on it, and they're like, finally, I could sell these and make, you know, 300 gems or whatever. They can finally sell all their comics. So people are going to do that. They're just going to just sell everything. They're like, I didn't like these comics anyway. I just got some on drop, and like, I'd rather just have the 300 gems than like the 100 comics. So prices are going to stay low or keep going low on comics. But I do think after that, there's kind of nothing in the way. There's no more weird artificial injection of like supply anymore after that, from like locked accounts or anything like that, especially after, I think April is the cutoff for merge accounts. I think they said like March, April. I have to double check. Merge accounts. Here it is. So the merge is going to end, yeah, April 30th. So basically May 1st is going to be the first day where it's like, all right, whatever supplies in Veve, that's it. Like, if your thing is still on a locked account, I mean, I guess technically people could still KYC locked accounts if they forget to merge or something weird happens. Like, I don't know. But other than that, I do feel like most people are merging accounts and either dumping their supply or keeping it, that's not affecting the floor. So I don't know. I'm not hard stacking. It's not like I'm spending $1,000 buying 500 X-Men comics, but I do want to start accumulating some things that I've been kind of overlooking, or that I've been like, all right, I've been wanting to buy that for a while, I might as well now, kind of thing. But at the same time, Omi's super cheap. Omi could go down to like 6, you know, like 0.0006. That could happen, and that's a kind of a target I'm waiting for myself. So weird. I did a few times. I just restarted YouTube and it's just loading. That's weird. Sounds like a potentially expensive week if Veve releasing heroes all week. I hope they're not all FAs. Yeah, we'll see. Because, oh yeah, this is like Heroes Week, huh? What are some heroes that we don't have? Like actual heroes. I don't think Wolverine is necessarily a hero. I mean, he's part of the X-Men, but I'm talking like stand-up heroes. Like FA Captain America comic? Could be. I could see that. There we go. YouTube F up. Yeah. Yeah, floor generally will be pretty low for a minute. I'm patient. Same. If Luke Skywalker comes out, I'm dead broke. I have a bad feeling about Luke Skywalker. He's probably going to look ugly. Yeah, dude. Just like a cross-eyed, like Mark Hamill, and his like comb over is just going to look god-awful. It's going to like cover like half his ear and just be terrible. Han Solo or like Chewie. Chewie is just going to look like a turd rolled in hay, and it's just gonna be like sticks and stuff hanging out, and his face is gonna look weird. I'm not looking forward to it. Hopefully Veve's tech gets a bit better, or maybe they hire better 3D developer artists, whatever they hire, that do a better job. What's up, Vibes? What up? What's up, Mr. Planet Prophet? Do you think they're stuck with having a airdrop for Mickey set holders forever now? Like Ant-Man is assuredly coming this month. It's not guaranteed that Ant-Man's coming this month, right? There were some drops that didn't happen till way later. Like I know Daredevil, like there was the Daredevil like show, I believe, that came out, and like, but that came out like months after the show like initially released. It was kind of weird. Same thing with trying to remember, there's a couple collectibles or like comics that like didn't release like exactly when the movie came out or the show. Like it actually happened much later. Thanks, Planet Prophet. I appreciate the like. Mickey set holders? I don't know. Are you talking about like the whole Mickey set? Like this one? The Mickey Mouse NFT collection set? Like if someone owns all of these, they're gonna get an airdrop. I think that's kind of what this Mickey Mouse airdrop was about, right? The signature. How much is this SIG going for? 350 or 315? Not bad. Need an FA Mando? That would be sick. And of course they're gonna do way less mints than Boba Fett. But Boba Fett's always gonna be the best in my heart, personally. I hope they drop the X-Men collectibles that are in the cartoon version. I want Professor X in that YOLO floating chair. Dude, hell yeah. Dude, give me Cyclops, give me Colossus, give me Nightcrawler. We already have Storm. Give me Gambit, give me Morph. I don't care if he was literally only alive for like one episode. Just give me Morph. Give me Jubilee. Give me Rogue. Professor Xavier. Magneto. Sabretooth. I don't think Toad is in it at all. Not in the cartoon. I'm trying to think of some other bad guys that were like in that classic cartoon back then. Quite a few, dude. There's I mean, I just listed off a ton of characters, so maybe we'll get an X-Men character. That would be sick. Because those are superheroes, right? If we got... I will say this. If they do an X-Men collectible, expect the Storm to pump a little bit. Maybe? So... I know technically we have Iron Man with the Golden Moment, but I could potentially see a blind box drop with an animated SR. Dude, that'd be sick. If they had him just kind of like float in the air, or had him use his like repulsor beams, like he puts his hands out and stuff, that'd be sick. The Mighty set, I'm assuming Ant-Man this month. Yeah, like what if we got like Ant-Man, the Wasp? I don't even know who the other characters are in like the Ant-Man show. Ant-Man is probably, at least for me, the least interesting one of all of them. I know there's like the whole Quantumania, and like they can do some pretty insane stuff with like the tech, but I never really cared for it, to be honest. Like I found Ant-Man to be kind of like the least interesting Avenger, even though he can like be all big and stuff, which is cool, but still no Hulk. That Storm doesn't count, right, dude? Dude, Storm looks weak. That is not my Storm. Yeah, this is not the Storm that I think anyone wanted. Not this look. How much is the common going for now? Like 4 gens? 6 gens. God, that's low. This is the Storm I'm talking about. Right here. This is the Storm I want. That long, wonderful white hair. That's it, right there. That's the storm. Do you guys ever like busts? I've never been a huge fan of like where they like cut their body in half and like it just shows like their upper torso. I've never found that to be like particularly interesting. I see the appeal of it, but I just don't really care for it. Boom. That storm. This is the storm I want. Give my storm hair. Like, I don't know why they went with this version on the far right. This is literally the least iconic version of Storm possible. At least give us the Halle Berry version. Not whatever the hell this is. Disrespectful. Collector's at heart, my ass. Look at me being a salty Veve collector already. Not even a collector, like a Veve. Not even that big of a collector. Just an entertainer, just a shit poster. Animated Morph would be fire, to be honest. Like the animation is him turning into different X-Men and stuff. Dude, that'd be sick. Dude, if they had the tech, you just put Morph in front of different X-Men and he could transform into them. Like X-Men specifically characters. Mando and or Grogu March 1st would be bananas with Miles mint sizes. Dude, that would be nuts. So imagine Mando with like, I don't know, 1,500 mints. Not even. But let's say, yeah, like 700 mints for Mando and then like 333 for like Grogu or something like that. Like if Grogu was like 300 something mints, that would be absurd. Though I don't think they would do that though. Like Grogu's like too beloved as a character to like make him so scarce. I don't see that happening personally. If they did do something like that, I could see them doing like two versions of Grogu, like in a blind box, where it's like the common version is him like standing and, you know, maybe doing a silly little dance, like putting his hand out and he's like doing whatever, and like the ultra rare, like the secret rare version, which has like way less mints, is like him in his little like pod just like floating around. He can like animate and do silly stuff. I don't know. Ant-Man, Wasp, Kang, MODOK, Hank Pym, Michelle Pfeiffer, is that what it is? Cassie would be the Ant-Man set. Okay, hell yeah, that Stormer, get the fuck out. I agree. Gave up on SR Storm and sold a month ago. Oof, yeah, that's rough. I mean, I did the same. No, I didn't own an SR Storm, but I think I got like an uncommon and I just dumped that. If Kang FA is Mighty's drop, is the Mighty's drop, things will get pricey. Yeah. But which Mando? OG Mando or Beskar Mando? OG Mando, not Beskar. You gotta go with the most original version. The version that everyone, honestly, I really enjoyed the first like 2, maybe 3 episodes of Mandalorian. I enjoyed all of the Mandalorian. I really liked the first 2 to 3 episodes because he didn't talk a lot. Like, I think that built up more character and more interest when he didn't talk a lot. And it definitely made it seem like that is a Mandalorian thing where they just don't talk a lot. Like, they don't need to say a lot of words to get their message across. And just by their mere presence, people understand why they're there and what the job involved is. You don't need to say a lot. But then he started talking and talking and talking, like too many words, and then he took off his, spoilers, I mean, probably not, but he eventually takes off his helmet, and I'm like, what are they doing? Like, why? I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of that. Like like literally all the things that made him the most interesting and like intriguing, they just like threw away. Anyway, back to here. Should really get some collectibles for once. I know I've pretty much been on a comic tear for a while. How are the vehicles doing? Dude, Kit is getting reamed. Remember when Kit was like 120 gems, then like 100, and then yeah, now it's not looking so good. I do think when we get closer to the Veveverse, whatever the hell that looks like and all that stuff, I do think vehicles are going to do better. I think anything that is remotely wearable or interactive, you know, like I said, if we get the Infinity Gauntlet, awesome. I think that's going to be absurdly, not absurdly, but it's going to be pretty pricey. Things like, you know, like the Coke can, like people are going to have that. It's almost like, who was it? Decentraland, like what Tucson Collectibles said earlier, like something you can interact with, you hold it, you could like pretend to drink it. Lightsabers, like you'd have a lightsaber on you or use it. It's like in your inventory. I think anything that is interactable, like on your person or something you can interact with, I do think will do well. We'll do better if as we get closer to the Veveverse. Maybe hoverboards. I don't think the tech of the Veveverse initially is going to allow that, but because I mean we have proof that you can drive around in the vehicles on the app, but so far there's nothing with hoverboards. Yeah, when Mando showed his face, it kind of sucked. They did a mask reveal in that horrible Halo live action series too. Ruins everything. Was not happy when they did that to Mando. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I heard a lot of mixed reviews, mostly negative towards the Halo live action thing. I'll have to check it out. What's worse, they ruined Boba Fett by making him wear a robe and sleeping in a tank. Yeah, it was like a Bacta tank for 80% of the show. I want to see armored Boba. I want to see armored Boba, not Hugh Hefner Boba. Dude, true. I think they made Boba Fett honestly too much of a bitch in the Boba Fett show. He was way too, God, what's the term? Agreeable in the show. Way too agreeable. And they really try to like humanize, not even humanize, they really try to get us to empathize with the Tusken Raiders. It's like, dude, Tusken Raiders are not good people. Like, they were about to kill and enslave Boba Fett until he basically saved the child. And then when he saved the child, they're like, oh, you're not so bad. Okay, we'll take you in. But it's like, okay, unless you basically do them a favor or basically save their people, they're going to kill you and enslave you and starve you and let you just die. So it's like, okay, this one group is not bad, but it's like overall, they're not a great, they're misunderstood, yes, but by default, they'll just kill your ass. So I'm not a huge fan of that. And on top of that, I never understood the plot with all the like the weird teenage kids with like the classic like 1920s like moped bikes. They're too poor for water, but they can afford like augmented attachments to their body and these like really expensive like moped bikes. Like I never understood that. We can't afford water, but we can afford like millions of credits worth of stuff when it comes to like implants and crazy things. Like it's so weird. And Boba Fett was like way too agreeable. Like whenever any of his teammates or his partners would be like, hey, I want to do this, he's like, no, we shouldn't do that. They're like, no, like I'm not going to do it unless we, I'm not going to follow through unless we do this. He's like, okay. Like old Boba Fett wouldn't give a shit. And Boba Fett's got to realize, because he's not ruling with fear and through quote unquote respect, that's why everyone's like betraying him and shitting on him. Hopefully he realizes that. Anyway, moving on. A Halo movie / show done properly would be huge. Agreed. I think there's a lot of video game adaptations that if like a really good writer or director showrunners, whatever, got a hold of it, would do amazing. I do think Halo would be one. I think Metal Gear Solid would be an amazing one too. Warhammer 40k, hopefully Henry Cavill can do an amazing job with whatever that show is. I mean, we're probably not going to see it for 4 to 5 years, but if and when they do come out with that Warhammer 40k, I don't know if it was a movie or a show, but it's one of the two. That's going to be awesome. Like there's so many good stories that are in the nerddom / video game realm that are great. But usually it's just getting butchered and torn down by, Disney or Hollywood showrunner execs that just don't understand it. They don't understand the fans. They don't understand why people like it. They try to implement too much of modern day stuff into it. It's like, it's a sci-fi show that is supposed to take place in the future or the past or an alternate reality or whatever it is, or not in Earth universe at all. When they try to implement all this stuff, it's like, at what point does it stop becoming fantasy and it starts just becoming a slightly tweaked version of just like modern issues? Like, I don't know. I've never been a huge fan of that. That's why I've liked Star Trek, because Star Trek does it so much more subtly and in an interesting way compared to like what the hell all these shows are doing nowadays. So anyway, facts. A lot of other Star Wars shows these days, the show really wasn't too much about him. And yes, the Raiders are awful and have been awful. Yes, they're awful people. Have people moved in and probably kicked them off their land and all that stuff? Like, yes, but they're also just killing people. It's like, that's, you know, do we forget what happened in, is it what, episode 1 and 2 and all, like, literally all episodes 1 through 6 just show you how shitty Tusken Raiders are, can be. The Mando episodes were the best ones. Yeah, exactly. I agree. The early Mando episodes were great. Yes. Those teenage kids were the Power Rangers and Boba Fett was Zordon. Book of Boba was pre-Power Rangers and Boba gets stuck in the tank and becomes Zordon. God damn it. Dude, that has to be a meme. You had to have read that somewhere. But that's true. I was not a fan of the Book of Boba Fett. And I hate how Disney keeps adding these stupid people, like Disney and Star Wars. Like, it's like Disney, Star Wars, and Marvel, where nobody has weapons. Like, no one has blasters. Everyone in Marvel doesn't actually have guns, but like they always have stun batons. They have like shields and like stun batons. Like, I remember seeing it in God, what was it? So it happened in Book of Boba Fett. I think it also happened in, oh gosh, what was it? Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I remember Disney, like, they have definitely Disneyfied a lot of stuff. For like, in worlds, literally in confirmed lore, like, people have blasters and or guns or weapons with projectiles or whatever it is. Oh yeah, it was also in frickin' She-Hulk, which, please don't watch it if you haven't. Don't spare yourself. But if you've seen it, there's a scene where She-Hulk and Daredevil pair up, and I shit you not, they try to rescue someone from inside the building, and inside the building, people have crossbows. They don't have guns, they have crossbows. And so they're like dodging them. I'm like, are we just not allowed to show like guns anymore? It's so silly. I don't know. Young Liam Neeson would have been a good Snake. Yeah, young Liam Neeson would have been a good Snake. I think young, obviously, Hugh Jackman would have been a great Snake too. There's quite a few actors that would have been a good Solid Snake. Ooh, you know what? There's that. Here, I'll show you guys this. Some of these actors could pull off Solid Snake pretty well. Oscar Isaac could maybe pull it off. Also, dude, this is pretty darn close to Solid Snake. Holy moly! But of course, oh, that's a terrible picture. Yeah, like a younger Hugh Jackman. But dude, Oscar, he could pull it off too. I'm trying to think of who else. But so far it looks like Oscar Isaac, and same thing with but Chris Evans could do it too. John Barenthal would look like a Solid Snake. Kind of looks a bit weird in that picture. Sorry if the picture is small. Metal Gear in real life. Yeah, that's I forgot the actor's name. Ooh, that's good. These are some good actors. Couldn't really see that. I could see that. Definitely see that. I could see that as well. He used to be in Stargate SG-1, I believe, and then I forget. I'm terrible with actors' names, except for like the really, really famous ones or ones that I'm in like a lot of movies with. But I think all those were like pretty good picks. I don't know if you guys could see that like cycling through and stuff, but you guys like on my streams we talk about Veve and stuff like for the first part, and then slowly as the stream goes on we start devolving into like just random topics. I actually like it. Hope you guys don't mind. Until the next bull run, and then I have to talk about Veve all day if I want to keep the donations coming. But aside from that, we're gonna enjoy it now because the market is taking a dump. And the Knights of the Old Republic, there's a whole part of it that's about the Tusken Raiders, and everyone hated those guys. Plus they kidnapped someone and they had to get them back. Yeah, I remember that. I played KOTOR 1 and 2. It's been so long since I played both of them, but I remember playing the shit out of them when I was a kid. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed those games. If you touched anything, the Tuskens turn hostile, and then when the whole camp tries to kill you, screw those guys. I remember that. I think I pretty much went with the typical like dual lightsaber build, and that was a lot of fun. I would just do flurry, improved flurry, and then I think master flurry was like the last one. I would just do that over and over and over and just shred people. I think my whole lineup was like lightsaber users. I think it was me, like the brunette chick who originally had like a yellow lightsaber. I think it was like me, her, both dual wielding lightsabers, or I think she had a double-sided one. And then I would have like one person with a blaster, like thermal detonators and stuff, because I remember like the cryo grenades and stuff were like kind of OP. It's been so long since I played, but I still remember it. KOTOR original for Xbox was so good. I agree. KOTOR was so great. And that was, I don't know if you guys knew that. Maybe it was, no, it wasn't under the OGL, the Open Gaming License. I heard it was actually published under something else, but Snake! Loved that game back in the day. It's still a great game. You know what's funny is when I went to go visit my brothers for the holidays, and one of my brothers loves retro games, and so we played not Metal Gear Solid, but if you guys remember this, Metal Gear Solid VR missions where you could like play as like Snake training for like the missions. I think it's pretty much just like a modded game, or I think it was essentially just a game that Konami made as just like a play test for Metal Gear Solid 1. Like, hey, let's just run through all this stuff. And then they probably just turned it into a game after the fact. But I remember doing VR missions, playing that. I don't know if you guys know that. If not, you can look it up, but cool. Oh yeah, KOTOR is one of my all-time favorites. Easy. Yeah, it's a great game. I like that a lot. I might have to actually implement, if you guys didn't know this, I was planning on doing a D&D group with some of my friends here, like in person at some point. So I bought a bunch of miniatures and I'm waiting to use them. Right now we're trying to get started, because I've been trying to get it started for like a month, but schedules keep missing, and like half the people, I think 4 of the 5 people have never played D&D, so they just don't know how fun it can be, right? Until you actually play. So they just keep putting it off, keep putting it off. But there might be a point where I'm just gonna say screw it, and I actually might do I remember bringing it up a long time ago, but I was like, dude, it'd be kind of fun to do D&D like once a month or something with Veve content creators, and we all play together, and it's normal D&D. You know, we're not gonna make it Veve or whatever, but I think it'd just be kind of fun to play every once in a while and just like live stream it. So, because Veve is so boring right now. Back in the days was all Veve. True. Anyone play the game The Last of Us? I have not. Tucson Collectibles, but I've heard good things about it. At least the original. I don't know about the new one. I heard the remakes, not remakes, but the sequels weren't as good from what I've heard. I think the game breaks if you don't do anything other than double lightsabers. It's like illegal. Yeah. You gotta either do the double-sided lightsaber or you have to do dual lightsabers, and you have to do flurry over and over and over and over. Yeah, once you got 3 Jedis, shit was fly as fuck. Just slicing everything, force jump and force push. Yeah, those were fun. Disable, it was like disable, and there was like destroy droid, and you could force push and choke and lightning and all that stuff. Like, it was pretty crazy what you could do. Fun times. I remember playing all that stuff, but I've not played The Last of Us. I do enjoy some of those games that are a bit more like story or like narrative driven. Like, I don't mind those games. At least just in my mind, like the replayability of those games just seem quite low. I feel like with games like that, typically when I play it once all the way through, I tend to not play it again. Even with like Metal Gear Solid, I play it once all the way through, and then whether you unlock the bandana or like the cloak or like the stealth, what's it called, device, I would play it through, but I would just troll around most of the time. Like, I would just troll guards. I would like decloak and like recloak, like, or stealth and unstealth like right in front of them, and they'd be like, huh, what's going on? And they would like see me for a second. And there's some, like, there's a lot of Easter eggs in the original Metal Gear Solid too. So, are you doing 5e or Pathfinder? I'm a big Pathfinder 2e fan. D&D is great though. Also, Edge of the Empire is like D&D set in the Star Wars universe. Played a bunch of those campaigns. So I'm doing 5e. That's just what I'm most familiar with. Don't get me wrong, I've actually watched a lot of videos on Pathfinder 2nd edition. It seems super interesting, and it's probably right up my alley, because I like to role play, but I also like to make a good character. So I typically make a well-optimized character, and then I role play it, right? And have fun and get other people involved and all that stuff. But at the same time, I do like crunchy numbers. I do like playing the game almost as a, you know, like a combat or like a battle simulator, right? Like, you want to position yourself correctly, you want to move people and assist other people into doing what they want to do. It's not just about yourself. And kind of thinking outside the box occasionally to do just fun stuff. Like, so I do think that opens up more options for Pathfinder 2e, but at the same time, I do know D&D 5th edition is more mainstream. I know there's a shit ton of drama going on with the open gaming license and all that stuff recently, but I'm still going to do it because none of my friends know what's going on with that. I told them we'd play D&D, and I think the only reason why they wanted to get involved or like give it a try is because they know what D&D is. Like, if you said tabletop gaming, most people don't know what you're talking about. Or if you're talking about tabletop games or like, oh, board games, or like, oh, you mean like Sorry or Monopoly or Risk? Like, no, none of those games. But if I said Pathfinder 2e, they're like, what's that? Like, I don't know, whatever. But I'm like, hey, you want to play D&D? They're like, oh, I've heard of D&D from, you know, Rick and Morty and other shows. And yeah. I hope that makes sense. I do, and we're probably gonna play the adventure, because I actually bought the Essentials kit or whatever it's called with iSpire P, because I played a lot of adventures, a lot of modules. I pretty much have played every class except for the Artificer, but I pretty much played every class to at least, like, I don't know, level 7, 8, 9. Some of them to even like level like 14 for D&D. So I feel like I have a pretty good amount of knowledge on it. US Marines used cardboard box to defeat DARPA AI robots in IRL training event. Articles came out last month, so that's awesome. Really? That's so awesome. DARPA AI robots. DARPA AI robots. What the hell does that mean? Robots. I don't know why it immediately jumped to DARPA AI robots that eat humans, but Yeah, I don't know. This seems weird. The robots look like they're from like RoboCop or whatever the hell that like weird AI robot is. That like bipedal robot. Seems a bit weird. For sure, my first tabletop was D&D. My first character I ever made was a wizard named Threve. It was very paranoid about fire-breathing lizards in deep dark jails / caves. So dragons inside of dungeons. Seems a bit what's the term? Ironic, I guess. It's kind of funny. Try to remember. I remember my first character was a sorcerer. Half-elf sorcerer. His name was like Dormorn. I literally just picked like an example name out of the book, and I'm like, this'll work. And I'm trying to remember his like flaws and all that stuff. He definitely had an obsession with like potions and like making them and like buying like really obscure potions. I think my DM was just like that was like my shtick, was like every time I'd go into town I would ask like the potion maker or general store or whatever if they had potions. I'm like, what's the most obscure potion you guys have on hand? And he would just like make something up. I remember the one that I bought was called Potion of like Big Feet, and it would like, you would drink it, it would just make your feet huge. And I don't remember what like the statistical changes were, advantages or disadvantages, but it was just like, you could like jump on someone and do lots of damage, but you also had like disadvantage on stealth checks. It was just something silly. And I would just do that a lot. So that was kind of like my thing. But yeah, it was interesting. It was a lot of fun. We died because we got into like a dining hall or whatever, and the bread turned it like the food started turning into like elementals. So like the bread turned into like a bread elemental, which is kind of like a rock elemental, and then the wine turned into like a water elemental. So it was an ale elemental, or the beer was, not the wine. And then something else happened too. But yeah, we died to that, which was kind of a cool way to go out. Search cardboard box beats AI. Okay, let me look that up. The Marines once beat AI detection by hiding in cardboard boxes, evoking Metal Gear memes. Oh God. That is too funny. I mean, it's just a layer of just to prevent facial scanning or whatever the hell the AI bots do to detect you. So I guess cardboard boxes work. I don't know. I'll have to look into that later. It seems a bit silly. All right, guys. But unless you guys have any questions about anything last minute, I will be hopping off here. We've been streaming for I don't know how long. Over 2 hours for sure. Actually pushing 3 hours at this point. So nice long stream. It was awesome to hang out with you guys. Have fun watching the Super Bowl tomorrow. Don't get too wasted, especially you guys that have work on Monday. Yeah. Hope you guys have a good one. Be safe. Have fun tomorrow. Don't buy any more Game of Thrones collectibles or digital collectibles. It's just, once you want to have nightmares, just don't do it. So I'll catch you guys next time. Be safe. And no, thank you, Execu Speak. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching. Thanks for watching. And don't forget, if you guys want to sub as well as become a member, get those sick emotes. At some point I'll do something for the members. I need to do something, but when moon, I don't know. At some point, Mark. Jeff, thanks for streaming. Thanks for watching. I know there was some weird technical issues, but you stuck with it. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys later. Take care.